Okay. We are live everywhere now. Hi, Luca. Guys, no, I really did appreciate that. It gave me a good laugh, which I appreciate. Lakin, she's doing good today. It seems that it's mostly settled in the very bottom of her eye, which I appreciate. Oh, I gotta let Hector know. Oh, snap. Hold on, guys. I just realized something. Do I have this? Nope. Oopsies. Okay. This needs to go off. Also needs to go off. No, Hector is not bailing on me. I got to get him the link. That's what I just realized, that I have to change this. So copy. I had a bunch of technology issues today, so I had to keep like restarting my computer. It was not fun. Let me let him know we're on, because that's what he asked me to do. You said she had a bump. No, she had more than a bump. No, Lakin, she, oh goodness. I didn't mean to do that, guys, sorry. Lakin, no, she, a blood vessel burst in her eye. So, if she just had a bump, I'd be okay, I think. All right. So, he knows I'm live. I really think I would have been able to deal with the bump. Let's make sure. Yeah, no, that's should be good in there. How's that coming across here? Coming across good. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. We're rocking and rolling today. We got stuff going fantastically. So how do you, sorry guys for the setup. We're waiting for Hector to join because he's still on live right now and he's going to send. Thank you, Giver. I appreciate that. So yeah, Lake, and that's why I'm still gonna keep doing my daily amount. If you guys can, yeah, he probably is, Pixie. I can't put myself on the big screen by myself because camera issues. I can do that actually. Ha. Sorry, a thought occurred to me. A thought occurred to me on how I can fix what's happening right now. So I can just, yeah, thought occurred to me. Don't worry about me, guys. I'm doing great. Happy Monday. Yee. Thanks, Money. But yeah, so I am still fundraising for the kitty vet expenses because that stuff ain't cheap. W Bishop for gifting. How many? I can't tell. Oh, thank you, Bishop, for gifting 5 subscriptions over in Twitch. I do appreciate that, guys. You love coming in and saying that. Flies by throwing pocket glitter. Good mystical magical Monday, cuties and beauties. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day. And remember your daily dose of hydration and snackies. Now stay amazing. All right. I have a solution that I thought of. So I will utilize it next time. I can't do it right now because I'm already up and running. But I can use it going forward. It's fantastic. But Pixie, go tell him to get off his call. Lakin right now, but, well, I'm not sure why either. It should be working. I can make sure. Good. We are getting it. Oh, he's on his way now. No, Kilo, I do not. I'll answer that in a second. Right now, Linati works for me. So. Did I? Oh, I did that wrong, actually. Hold on, I need to change that. I know why you can't, Linati. There we go. Now you're good. We had a long guess. That's okay. So yeah, guys. I do not have cat insurance or pet insurance. And now even if I get pet insurance, it doesn't matter because it won't cover anything because yay, pre-existing conditions. Yay, pre-existing conditions. They do discriminate on that for cats and pets, which is totally fine. Totally fine. Like, I get it. Just what they covered just never seemed like it was worth it at the time. And, ooh, giddy up. Oh, yeah. That reminds me of another thing. I'll get to that in a second. But, yeah, it doesn't cover me just taking my cats to the vet, right? Or the animals in general to the vet. And if I'm paying $60 a month and I take the cat to the vet once every 3 to 6 months, and it costs me $40 just to get seen in the door, I'm just paying money on top of money for what? I'm not saying it doesn't have uses. I guarantee it does. But now it's just too late. If it was covered by my by an employer, I probably would do it, but it's not. So Hectorr raid. Oh, thank you, Moose, and thank you, Z Spark. I appreciate you guys. We are on a new week over on TikTok. So if you guys want to help out by lighting up the gift gallery, that would be perfection. Hopefully Hectorr doesn't have any issues entering in. Yes, exactly. I know, Talarin, I would just be paying for catastrophic illness slash injury, which again, it's just what is it here? Someone said pet insurance is not what it's all cracked up to be. Yeah, I understand that. Join link. We'll put that on there. Okay. I'm not saying, yeah, insurance in general is kind of a sham to a degree. Hey, Cabin. All right. What was I thinking of? There we go. Oh, yeah, guys. So we have this great ceasefire, right? And yet we bombed them again this morning. But there's a ceasefire. Oh, and that was another thing I was going to mention. Thank you, Charles, for the 50. Charles said, because fur babies are family. So here's what's up with my goals on my days where I'm co-hosting. And also I'm counting down on the goal. So when you guys see it go down, that's why. I split what I make between my screener, because I pay her, and my co-host now, because this is new that I started like 2-3 weeks ago. So just know I what you guys pay me, I split. Okay. So if you guys help me clear it out, the 100 that I do is just enough to cover everything. I did see that, Lenati. I actually put that in the Discord. Welcome in, Hectorr Raiders. I don't know why I thought I heard something and I didn't. Okay. I don't know. I lost my train of thought again, but I haven't heard about renovating the World War II fountain. W Hectorr Raiders. Hope that means he's hopping on camera soon, because it's just me, myself, and I right now. Hectorr, I don't know. Join the link. So I'm not confused. But I live in a perpetual state of confusion, mostly, I'll be honest. But yeah. So we have $40 left of the goal. Like I said, $100 just covers what I pay out to my co-host and my employee to cover this, and I'm eating the expense of hosting this on the call, which that's gonna auto load too. So I barely, just so you guys know, like I barely cover what it costs to run my life. like barely. So if you guys can help with donation direct tips to Cash App Venmo, that would be fantastic. Because like I said, I split it with my co-host and my call screener, who is the employee. Okay. I don't see you at all, Hector, so sorry guys, you're gonna see a funny look on the screen, maybe? No, it just froze. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'll have to send you a new link.
The fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, I think I might have to send you a new link. Now I hear you. Everyone else hears you, but I'll send you a new link.
Boo!
Boo!
Hector Raiders, double tap the screen, and also make sure you're looking at Ari's gift gallery. She has a couple things in there. We knocked down some of mine. Please make sure you take care of hers because it's super easy. It's C-League.
Yeah, it's God voice right now, guys. Don't worry.
boy.
Y'all will see Hector in just a moment. Exit out so I can restart this.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Temporarily bye. Okay. Copy link. Okay. Boom. Okay. I think I know what I did wrong on that, and that's okay. And then we have another one for Sick of Society. Thank you, Say. I heard you mention your poor kitty Safari yesterday, so I hope this will help a little bit. It will. I appreciate that so much. There he is. Okay, now let me hit the button. Now, you should also be able to see me, right?
Yes. Now I can. I do have to change my audio, though. Hold on.
Hey, why are you not... Why is it showing a black screen? What is this
For you?
No, not this. It's... This thing is not putting you out on my screen.
Oh, God damn it.
No, it's not you. It's something I guarantee I clicked.
I'm getting up here on my main.
Let's try... I'm gonna try different things until it works.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, but I mean, I'll get you up on...
You're awesome!
TikTok. Okay. Bet. If you want to talk about some stuff while I press buttons, that would be great.
I do. Did you guys know that Ari has merch? Yeah. Links in the bio are always going to be the best ways you can find out what your favorite creators are doing. One of those things is checking out her bios to send some love and support for everything that she does here and this complicated ass freaking setup because it takes a lot and I know I could never do it. So shout out to Ari for trying it. Also, you can check out the links for all her social media platforms that she's working on. You can check out the links for the website where she sells merchandise and all the other coalitions she has going on. So check it out. And if you're not in the Discord, screen. Join the Discord. Now I'm on screen.
I got it. I fixed it. It was really easy. I love it. Yeah, you guys have no idea how fun and complicated this is. I don't know if fun is the correct answer. Complicated is definitely the correct answer. Yep. But it is fun. And I do need to knock this down. So we're at 14 minutes in, $30 left of the direct tip goal. So if you guys are able to help, that is even better. Because like I said, part of it goes to the co-host and part of it goes to Lanati, who is screening. So W Lanati for doing work. Okay.
L Lanati.
Oh, that's just mean. Awesome. Thank you, Travis, for the $19.99 and the $9.99. And Sean, I promise, guys, I will read through the super chats. But Travis didn't put anything in there, so that was easy to do. But great news. Jonathan just cleared out the goal as well. So W Jonathan, we can already take a head down that goal amount. Anything else that you guys said is just extra. So W Jonathan I'm in the chat supporting you. Appreciate you. Got you. That's Ford. Sorry for giving your government name. W Ford News. But we do actually have a caller on the line. His name is Maurice, so we'll bring him up.
Share out the live.
Hello?
Maurice, hi. And also W Bishop for sending money as well. Thank you. Maurice, you're on air with Ari and Hector. How are you doing today? Oh, or just hang up.
He got screened though. Why go through all that trouble just to hang up the
I
phone?
don't know, because it's like why are people odd? He wasn't even waiting that long, honestly.
No.
Ugh.
Second here. Thank you, Sean, for the 5. Hector Talks other
Yes.
pasty white Irish /Welsh /friend. Thank you,
That's
Sean. I
funny.
appreciate you.
And of course, guys, especially if you are watching on, well, any of the platforms, right? Easiest way to do it is, of course, on TikTok. You guys can directly go to Hector's link tree in his bio and tip him directly. If you guys are watching over on YouTube, his link to his channel is in the description of the video. So be sure to go hit subscribe and then come back to the live. And he has those links in his bio over there too. Anything that you give to him directly is his entirely. I've got nothing to do with that. He is getting paid from me after the end of this, but this is new. I just started it, by the way, Hector. So,
Or you can give my white friend.
yeah, that's
Both works.
SXM, thank you so much for becoming a member. And looks like Maurice called back. I don't think he meant to hang up. So that's what that sounds like. And you too, y'all can also become members on YouTube. It's really easy and it's $3.99. It's really cheap. So consider doing it. It's great. It's the cheapest way to support me. All right, now we'll try with Maurice again. Hey, Maurice,
Hello?
are you there?
Yeah, my earpiece must have shut it off by accident.
Oh, okay, no worries. I mean, trust me, I've accidentally hung up on somebody with Bluetooth before, so that's super easy to do. All right, Maurice, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay. And so you think Trump is doing a good job?
I think anything he does is way better than any Democrat president would have done.
Like, what's he been
Especially
successful
Biden.
in so far?
I'd just rather I voted for Trump than Biden.
Oh,
It's very incoherent.
Okay, I mean, Biden wasn't on the ballot, so that's irrelevant. I was asking, like, what's he done good so far, as in, like, since he's been president?
He did mention actions, so that's what we'd be looking for answers on. What actions?
Yep.
Well, I'm not sure if you've noticed though, but he's communicated with a lot of foreign leaders. We have problems with many other foreign leaders. Given that pretty much all of them, a lot of ones that you can think of, like North Korea, Russia. I don't think Biden would be able to do that. It's you not think it's important to communicate with other nations.
I mean, diplomatic relations is whatever your president is responsible for, along with the Secretary of State. Yes, Donald Trump is the first president in a while to meet with the leader of North Korea. Probably because it's not the best look on our country to meet with the dictator that we also assisted with in fighting in the Korean War against.
Hello?
We're still here.
Yeah, so you're agreeing that he other than you agree, but then you don't like the image.
No, in fact, it was
but-
pretty insulting to a lot of our U.S. service members that Trump not only met with Kim Jong-un, that he also saluted him, which is reserved for our United States Armed Service members.
I'm not sure.
Similarly
about that.
enough, how he had the leader of Syria in the White House hosted him in our White House, a man that, guess what, was a part of the Taliban. You remember the group that killed U.S. service members?
You
Taliban or
problem with
ISIS?
him.
Sorry, I don't remember that. Putin too.
So you have a problem?
Yeah, I know, Kit. He's low for everybody. Putin too, who, by the way, he met with days after a U.S. intelligence report came out in 2020 confirming that Russia put bounties out on service members' heads of our U.S. service members' heads, which resulted in the death of 16 U.S. service members.
Okay, so if you're
Yeah, it's
president,
pretty
you're
disrespectful
not
to meet
going
with people
to.
that have stomped all over United States and our military
Oh,
members.
oh no, no. I could probably say the same thing for me meeting Gavin Newsom, who's probably raised $20 billion of our tax money on for
Al Qaeda,
homelessness,
thanks, Ford.
training, disrespecting, not putting the money to the troops. I can go off on tangents, but we're
What?
going to stick to stay on the
Not
earth.
putting money to troops
We,
somehow outweighs the death of troops.
what I'm
So,
trying to say,
death of
yeah, that's what I'm
troops
trying to stick to earth.
is, well, technically that would be like
So,
this. Sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was doing a visual. Also, everyone is
Well,
complaining that your volume is really low. I don't
seem
know
to have a
what's
problem
going
with
on with your microphone, but I've got you all the way up.
It seems like it seems like you have a problem with progression. It's not everything's gonna look like the way you want it to. I mean, people gotta communicate. You can't just have a ban on everything. People in America, we have gay rights in all these situations, right? So we acknowledge that we're Americans, we accept that, and we move on.
Dude. So real quick, I have you turned all the way up, but everyone's still complaining about your volume being low. Is there any way you can get closer to your microphone?
Yeah, speak clearer into it. Also, can you let my main up?
Oh, it dropped.
So I'll just say,
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
hello?
We're still here.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just think it's kind of naive to think like just assume that okay, I'm just gonna hold my cards and just like what you want, not you seem like you don't really want to mix up your politics, or you want to just stay frozen in your politics. You need to
What do you
get
mean by mix
involved
up
with these other
politics?
nations.
What do you mean by that?
You need
What do you
to
mean mix up your
be part
politics?
of the road as a road leader. You can't just be I'm
What
just
do you
a
mean
road
by
leader
mix up
of
your
America.
politics?
I'm not sure if you're listening. Go ahead.
I am listening. You're rambling a lot. It's not very cohesive. What do you mean by mix up your politics? Are you mentioning party? Are you referencing foreign adversary? What are you talking about specifically? What are we mixing up?
Well, I'm not talking party or what other party? What did you say?
Doesn't matter. What are you talking about when you say we need to mix up our policies?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Trump is not just someone who wants to stick to just America. He wants to be American, but he's also an American for the
It's a
people and
contradictory
for
statement considering
we
that he
have
ran off of
issues
America
all over.
first. What?
So am I talking to you talking to you? I don't mind you having an argument. I'll go on after, but tell me what you want to say.
You have a tendency to ramble on and not answer questions directly. I am trying to fast track this along because you've been speaking for at least 5 minutes and no one knows what you're saying. No one knows what your point is.
Well, maybe because you don't really want to understand it. Like I said, Trump is someone who wants to get along with other people in other countries. We might not know everything, but
Yeah, at the
that's
expense of
that's
United States
real.
military members. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, well, that's the way you want to see it. That's
Disrespecting our
not
Gold
my
Star
problem.
families.
I don't know where you're talking about. He went to Charlie Cruz for lots of people. So, you know, if you're gonna want to say that, say a blanket statement.
He
That
hosted
looks
one of the
very
Saudi
bad.
princes who is well known for having ordered the death and dismemberment of a United States journalist.
You
Like,
know,
I
I've got a
don't
lot
think
of
you
confidence.
understand, like, the people that he's meeting with have directly gone against the United States in totality, and yet you're giving him a pass and somehow comparing it to Gavin Newsom not utilizing enough tax money to support veterans. Which, yeah, boo on
That's
Gavin
interesting
Newsom. If
how
that
you
is
don't
true, I'd have to
define
look that
what
up.
that
Again,
that's
like, If you want me to hear you because your volume is so low, you're going to have to wait until I stop and finish my sentence. And your volume's low while I have you at 100%. Like, I don't know what's wrong with your phone. Maybe it's your phone case. Maybe it's your Bluetooth. Not sure.
I'm sorry. You know, it might be your speaker because the other person can hear me. He's
No,
cutting
he's
me
already
off and
complained about
the call.
no, you talk so low that like again, like when I'm talking, I can't really hear you. You just kind of sound like buzzing in my ear.
You know, maybe I'm not for you. I've made some good arguments. You refused to accept them. With the Gavin Newsom one, which I wasn't even arguing for, but you wanted to go down that, and you already know that.
You brought up
So,
Gavin Newsom. What?
okay, so maybe you don't really want to talk. Maybe you're just saying microphone issue.
No,
It's
probably
okay if you
don't want to talk
talk.
to you. And literally everyone's been complaining about your microphone this entire time, including Hector, who is the co-host that you just called the guy. Like he also has commented on your shitty microphone.
This is not really a good co-host. He can't even listen that well when I'm talking.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ford, for the 10. Ari is prettier from Ford. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, 6,000%. I want to respond to what you said about Gavin Newsom specifically. You mentioned $20 billion. What was that in reference to?
Do you not follow California politics?
I don't think answering my questions with "do you not follow this or that," if you're unwilling to answer simple questions, then I don't know why you're calling into the line. Because I'm asking you to tell me what you're talking about. Just go ahead and say it.
He spent $20 billion on homelessness, more than $50 billion or more on the train.
Do you want him to spend less on homeless people?
Have you been to California? Did you notice when the Chinese president came over to meet Gavin
Not since
Newsom
Thanksgiving.
at Sacramento? They cleaned it up, but not you won't clean it up for the regular people. Oh, San Francisco, like, are you?
I'm sorry. Is the Chinese president going to the slums that you're talking about, where some of these homeless people are concentrated? Of course, they're going to clean up the public areas or the areas that they save for diplomats, leaders, so on and so forth. Are you complaining that Gavin Newsom spent too much money on addressing homelessness in the fourth largest economy in the world?
I don't think you understand. You haven't been to California.
So that's why I keep asking you questions. You can clarify if you think I'm the one who has a comprehension problem. What is your complaint about Gavin Newsom spending $20 billion on homelessness?
Let me speak. I understand you've been speaking a lot. You've been cutting me off. The elephant in the room is you go to San Francisco and you look at it and you look so bad, looks terrible. Everyone tells you not to go there. And this is California, like you just said, a very fourth richest state. And you have the nerve to not acknowledge that. You have no basis of.
I'm sorry.
He's asking for clarification, Maurice. I don't know what you're not understanding. He's asked you for clarification. What directly are you referencing about $20 billion? Because I don't know if you don't realize this or not. Neither of us live in California. So when we don't live in California, we focus on our own state politics, which again is not California. So am I aware of all the nitty-gritty that goes into Californian politics? No. So would you be so kind as to assist us by clarifying what you are referencing about $20 billion?
Does he live in California?
Well, we have a homeless crisis in California. A lot of homeless people, they get away with, there's a lot of drugs going on in homelessness.
Every single state has a homeless problem.
Quite literally.
We have a lot of homeless people, and it's not supporting it. It's actually making it worse.
Okay, so what about 20 billion? Like, where does that come in?
They're not being audited also. Definition does not want to get audited in California. But
they were audited in April of last year.
I want to hear the next thing smart, because if not, I'm going to think you guys are very slow, and I'm going to drop the call. You guys
I know, because you think you're here. I actually am going to read this one. Caller is going to get off this call and say to himself, I'm just too deep for this, people, not really realizing it's just because your audio is horrendous.
Well,
know.
I'd
As
rather
a
talk to
person
serious
who's
people.
hearing
You're
the
not
words that
serious. You're
he's
just
getting
some
out,
TikTok
his
person.
words aren't
Just,
making
just
sense.
let
I'm
me finish
actually
my
less
point.
concerned with his audio. I just want him to actually say something sensible. Gavin Newsom spent $20 billion on homeless people, and because I still see homeless people, it didn't fix the problem. That's your entire argument. And you have yet to compare that to other states, predominantly red ones, that don't spend a dime on their homeless population, who have done absolutely nothing to address the issue despite rising costs, specifically in actions due to your president. You're complaining that Gavin Newsom in California are doing more for homeless people than any other state, and it's stupid.
You know, I'm gonna respectfully exit. I think you're a
I
slow
know.
person.
I know.
You're not very intelligent. You
I
want to
think your
make
elevator
arguments
doesn't go all the way
from
upstairs,
them,
and you
but
should probably figure that out.
you're not
W's in the chat. Thank you
you're
so
not
much, Sean, for
smart
the
enough
2.
to
Trump
have
cut
an
the VA budget and will cut more. Shut it. Yeah, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know things.
Yeah, I got
Thank
this
you.
one real quick.
Did I hurt your princess feelings? Saying fuck, fuck, fuck. Did I hurt your princess feelings? Saying fuck.
Okay. Also, W. Bishop, he said for the kick fund, as a Californian, dude needs to learn to shush and let the adults talk. And he hung up on, well, we got him. We got him yeeted. So I guess he didn't like my my musical jam there.
My goodness. Bunch of words.
That it was very word salad-esque, like worse than anything else. The only thing I can find in regard to this is that apparently a bill was vetoed in regards to evaluating how billions of state dollars were being spent on homelessness, which $24 billion was allocated to in California. And you want to guess where this is coming from?
Oh, go ahead and tell me.
Facebook.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Aaliyah, for becoming a super fan of Ari. WCU.
Hey,
You're
did I miss that?
awesome.
Oh, hey, Aaliyah, you're back. I hope you enjoyed your time away from people. I know I do. Like, no offense, guys, but thanks for coming back. But yeah, there's literally nothing that's any. I refuse to open up Facebook. Go away. I didn't even click on that. Yeah,
I mean,
Facebook. Oh, New York Post. Yeah. That Bishop, if you happen to know anything about it, I'm looking for your chat. I got you, Aaron. We might have finally people are calling in. Like, I know you guys are gonna have better microphones than the last caller. So
I hope. Goodness gracious.
yeah, because that was rough.
They had
Correct
the nerve to call
voicing.
us that word. Like,
It's so rude. Guys, I know my volume's not low because I'm also all the way up.
send your daily heartbeats if
I'm
you
so
haven't
dumb.
already.
Sorry, guys, I'm dumb.
caught
Yeah. It's all the way up. I can't pitch match or something. MAGA is mad about homelessness and wants states to fix that homelessness. Turns around, how dare California spend $20 billion towards fixing the problem we are bitching about? Yeah. W Moose. No, so Bishop, it was not about Newsom spending. It was about a supposed bill that was vetoed. That so it's from a Facebook post. I think I'll just put it in the mod chat for you. And then you can go from there. I can't find anything except for Facebook and New York Post.
It's basically it's going to be right wing media's, because I remember when this took place, the audit took place in April of last year, where a bunch of Republicans just went, "Where'd the money go? Where'd the money go?" And the entire argument is because there's still homeless people out there. Clearly, the money's not being used properly. Also, in light of the Medicaid allocations and stuff, they're just assuming stuff with no evidence. That's it.
Yep.
That's basically it.
That's how it goes. And just to be clear, like, no state is exempt from their budgets being audited. No county, no local municipality is exempt from their finances being audited. That happens. They're supposed to get an independent auditor annually because guess what? If they get any kind of federal grants, they're beholden to the federal government on how they spend their money and the audits. And if you fail an audit, you can lose all access to federal refunds. So they have to be audited. You can easily find this information. How long ago was that? Okay, last Monday.
There is that.
Yes, guys, support Hectorr while he's on the panel. I appreciate you
Appreciate
guys.
y'all. Double tap the screen. I want to see the likes at 100K.
This was supposed to be someone I guess we talked to last week. They called in with Mia and I. So his name is Travis. I don't remember what it was about. We'll go ahead and bring him on up.
Cool.
Hi, Travis. You're on air with Ari and Hectorr. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Feeling a little under the weather, but doing okay.
Okay, and you
How are you guys doing?
doing well.
Good, good. So I wanted to kind of bring up the point that the reason I would have voted for Trump in 2024 is because of exposure. I believe it would expose where America is at currently. Because I believe it would expose where America is at currently more than having Kamala Harris. There's a lot of things that are wrong in our government. There's a lot of loopholes that can be taken advantage of, which Trump has exposed and taken advantage of. But we wouldn't have seen those with Kamala Harris. But we would have seen those with
Kamala.
Trump, and we are seeing those with Trump. So am I a current Trump supporter? No. But I'm glad that he's been in office this past term so that there's more unity across what I would call the center of America, which includes left and right. What do you think about that?
I think nihilism is boring.
Nihilism? I think it's so that we can course correct. I don't think it's hopeless. Do you?
So what are you hoping from Donald Trump exactly, I guess? Because the way I see it is actually that he's dividing the United States even further apart. He's not exposing anything except for the rampant racism, sexism, and misogyny that's been existent under the covers for the last 20-ish years within the United States of America. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, great. Yeah, that makes everything better, that it's all out in the open and people can be lynched in the years 2025 and 2026. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that we can, because when I look at all of the past 250 years, I see this kind of like, we go Republican, then we go Democrat, and then, when we go too far right, then we come further left, and then when we go too far left, we come further right, etc. So like, I think it's going to help us. I think that's what our American government is set up to do, and our Justice Department is set up to do, is to course correct when we get off base. And I don't think we would recognize how off base we actually are unless if Trump was president doing the stuff he's doing now.
No, he's just shifting the Overton window. And I like how, even though you don't support Donald Trump, you are promoting the United States stepping into fascism because it exposes something.
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, I find that word to be carrying a lot of weight here. Who exactly is this being exposed to this information? There's a large group of people, specifically on the left, that have been screaming about systemic racism in the United States, the patriarchy, American imperialism abroad. We knew all of this going into the last several decades of
Yep.
elections. So, and now that we
Well-
have more moderates and right-leaning individuals, they're literally openly coming up on these call-in lines and on TV saying, I knew how bad Trump was. I just thought he was the quote-unquote lesser of two evils.
But what
So
you
all this
wouldn't
exposure is just
say,
making people more desensitized, if anything, but they're still voting for personal reasons, their own alleged best interests. They're not voting off of some stronger sense of morality.
I feel you, Hector. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But what I'm saying is what we wouldn't have recognized is that Republicans, um, I
Who's
mean, the
we?
most obvious one would be like Thomas Massey, would recognize, A, we got to move in a different direction. This is not working for us. This is not actually working towards a productive.
They're not doing
Uh,
that. They're only, I'm sorry, like I gotta cut you off for a second because they're not doing that. Thomas Massey, uh, Josh Hawley, who's still a sycophant, and freaking Tom Tillis, they're only speaking out heavily because they're leaving office. Like, they're
well,
not
they were speaking
speaking
out
up
heavily.
because it's Donald Trump and saying that Donald Trump is bad, right? Tom Tillis still votes for most of Donald Trump's agenda. He just has choice words for some people that are a part of the administration, right? And he's just trying to bring them to task for what they lied about in their confirmations and that they weren't upholding from their confirmations, right?
But what we had before was
Thomas
their
Massey was still like, I vote alongside Donald Trump 98% of the time. That's why you should still vote for me. It's only
right,
about exposing people that harmed
Thanks for
women
the
and
brain.
children.
right. Okay, so this is where I see
Hey, Asma.
progress and perfection, right? I don't think we're at perfection yet, but I see progress because I see where before it was, okay, if you're Republican, then you're on this bandwagon, do or die, all in or all out. And now we're seeing people break away and recognize, okay, maybe, and I'm talking specifically about the Republican Party. I see people specifically in the Republican Party saying, okay, we're not going to accept this like we did in 2020. Like, okay, we're going to vote based off of what the Republican Party says, but we're going to actually kind of even align ourselves with
Who's
other
doing
Democrats.
that? Who is doing that right now? Who's
Thomas
moving
Massey.
away? Nope, Thomas Massey isn't moving away from the Republican Party. He's just moving away from being a sycophant for Trump while still saying, I vote with Donald Trump 98% of the time. Maybe he said 98, maybe he said 91, I don't know. But it's not, that's not moving away. That's not someone coming to light. The only person that you could say that came to light would be Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has now moved outside the country. I think she moved to Costa Rica. She bought a house in another country and was like, ha, freedom.
Yeah, that was like a vacation for her. Yeah. So like I would say Marjorie Taylor Greene too. Like
No, she's not in a position of power. That's what I'm asking. Like, who is in it? Like, who is in Congress that is actually standing up to Donald Trump, that is campaigning again for 2026?
That is campaigning again for 2020.
Yep, in the Republican Party.
I don't have an answer for that.
None of them.
Okay, I'll take your word on that.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
You're awesome.
None of them are learning. That's the thing. You're trying to say that they're learning and they're moving away from him. No, they just leave. Tom Tillis left because he had a spat, right? Mitt Romney left before Donald Trump even got sworn back in office.
Exactly.
Yeah, they leave. They step out of the political hemisphere as soon as they're just like, Donald Trump's involved. I might still vote for him, but I'm gonna step outside of it now.
So I think where you and I maybe differ is like where my perspective is more so, I'm more so encouraged by the public perception rather than the actual.
That's not a perception. Again, instead of standing up against what Donald Trump is doing, they're just simply leaving the political hemisphere where they have any kind of sway or any votes to change anything.
Well, before you cut me off, I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about Americans, and I'm not talking about senators. So, and I'm not talking about congressmen. So, like, I'm
When it
saying
comes to like people that declare themselves to be MAGA, Donald
mm,
Trump still gets 100% of their approval.
yes, but I'm seeing a lot of people move away from MAGA, which is what I'm saying is a good thing.
I don't.
Um,
They're not though.
Okay, so the same people who full-throatedly supported him now moving away from MAGA,
Correct.
you can say that may be a quote-unquote good thing. I would make the argument that while now that we have the tyrant in chief in power, moving away only does so much if we don't play a role in voting him out or voting for the people who are going to withhold
For
um,
sure.
or restrict
Sure.
his abilities. So there's that. So it's more than just consensus. If the consensus of people aren't voting, and as a person who speaks to them a lot, and the few that do
Of
regret
course.
their vote, there becomes an entire argument about now getting them to vote out them in the midterms and vote for Democrats or the independents, because then they'll say, oh, I just think none of this matters anymore. I'm like, well, you thought it
And
mattered heavily in 2024. That's not going to work now.
that would be
Also,
the next
kind of big
option.
elephant in the room, we didn't have to get here to begin with, or the average person regretting their vote for Trump now, they're not unpacking the reasons that made them drawn to him, that like drew him to them. So all it takes is another smooth talking orange nut job to say the same things, and they can and just put us right back in the same place. So it takes a lot more than just consumer sentiment right now or anything else. We also need our politicians to wake up. And they're quite literally Republicans in Congress and the Senate, House and the Senate, are
Yep.
doing a lot of damage by not calling him out.
And we can see across the country that the majority of the Republican Party still agrees with everything that Trump is doing because the Republicans in Kentucky ousted Thomas Massey. The Republicans in Texas ousted John Cornyn. So, like, they're voting for the Trump endorsed Republican candidate within the Republican Party. And as people have pointed out as well, and he's only lost since 2025 12% of the approval on the Republican side, still leaving him at a heavy majority of 80% of all Republicans that identify as Republicans still stand by Donald Trump, meaning they stand by him and his decisions within the Republican Party. It is not a mass exodus like you are trying to make it seem. It is a very slow moving exodus, and by the time that they realize or maybe wake up to the issues that they're having, that's it. We're already in there.
Okay, I would say it's somewhere in between. I wouldn't say it's a mass exodus, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily super slow. And I know people personally. Not that that's going to hold any weight in this conversation, but I know people personally who are in the category that I'm talking about. However, I'm curious as to like understand where the 32% approval rating comes from, because there are
Independents.
more like 32% is not all of Republicans.
Independents. The majority of the people that they polled are independents. You have to look at who they polled.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah. He's losing it with independents. That much is true. But
Yeah.
which I mean, doesn't when we say that he's losing independence, that doesn't mean that the opposite party is gaining them in any way, shape, or form. So like it's
But would you agree that independents are growing in number now?
in name only.
Yeah.
Not in ideals?
No, I wouldn't say in ideology. In name only.
Riley,
Interesting.
ideologies, honestly, even though they may broadcast independent, they typically lean one way or another.
Yeah, I'm an independent. Yeah. So I feel you. I feel you.
Well, you can say you're politically independent, but there's a good chance that you lean conservative.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
an independent. Yeah.
Thank you so much, the One Mighty Pen, for the 10 on PayPal, bot 8475, reporting for duty. Wanting you to know your bots are behind you no matter where they go. Where you go. Thank you so much, One Mighty Pen. I appreciate you.
That's
Yo,
hilarious. I love that
Take up
bots.
more of your airtime. I appreciate y'all talking.
Sure.
But yeah, that was my thought, and I'm just glad that the things that seemed sneaky before that people kind of had question marks about are becoming so blatant and obvious now, like blatant and obvious corruption, that I think a lot more people are waking up to that. That's my point. But I appreciate the
Some.
points you, Hector, and Ari were making. So thank you.
Not a problem. I encourage you to get involved if you have the time in phone banking for a political candidate near you.
Yeah, good work. Good work.
And Mia says, I don't know who this is to, if it's you, Travis, or if it's Hector, make sure he remembers the green app. I don't know who that's to. All right, have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, guys.
Take it easy. I gotta be nice over here. Gotta be nice over here.
Well,
Nice.
oh, it was to Travis. Was he supposed to pay me, Mia, for something? I know he was on the call last week with us. I don't remember. He's not the one that called his wife mom, right? No, that was Wednesday. Yeah, that happened. I don't remember if you were in the comments for that.
It just people waking up to things after individuals are dead, starving, lost access to healthcare is like okay, cool. Kind of could avoid this. We could do more now. The sentiment isn't growing enough, even with the people who are criticizing Donald Trump, because kind of like you said, it is a lot of independence. We're not really
is.
moving the margins with Republicans. We're not really moving much of the margins with Democrats. Both of those parties kind of lay where they lay. The base is the middle. And those people are just less active than ever, I would argue.
Yeah. And like another big thing, and I haven't had a chance to find this myself yet. But I heard it on, I believe it was Pod Save America, where they were talking about there was an internal polling done by the DNC with the Democratic registered voters, where they're asking them on specific topics, where do you think the party needs to be, if they need to be more center, more left, or more right leaning towards things. And wouldn't you know it that the only thing that registered Democrats said that they wanted the Democratic Party to be further left on was one singular issue? Everything else was either they need to move more right or stay in the center. The only thing that they said to be the left on was healthcare. That was it. Everything else was move to the right. Don't move left. Stay moderate. People that are registered Democrats don't even want the party to progress.
Precisely. Even in light of everything happening now, I think that's super interesting, especially with healthcare.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry, I was waiting to
lot.
take the other call because someone else was being screened. All right, we'll take this one. Rich, you're on air with Ari and Hector. How are you doing?
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Doing well. For TikTok terms of service, how old are you?
I'm 38 years old.
38, okay. And you don't support Donald Trump, or you've never voted before. So
Yeah, I don't support. I will never like this thing. I don't vote, right? So
And will you ever vote?
I don't vote at all
Why not?
for neither party.
No, pause.
Either party,
Why
no
don't
matter
you
who you
vote?
put it. Sorry, no matter who you put in office, things aren't really going to change as much as everybody thinks. I mean,
untrue. Why do you choose to be politically disengaged?
No. Listen, you can say that.
No, it's true. You've admitted this. You said that you never vote. You have zero intentions of ever voting. So I want to know.
I'm a regular person.
Okay, that's fine. I'm asking you a
person.
question, though. I said, why do you choose to be politically disengaged?
Because as growing up through the years, seeing different things, my mother was a single white woman who raised 3 kids by herself, had no help, was also, we were in a poor community, raised around Black, Spanish, Asians, all that stuff. And you know what? Race was never a big deal. Nobody really cared about if you were white or black or any of that. What people tend to go towards is what do we have in common? And when you live in these certain areas, everybody will have a common ground, per se, because they're all kind of in the same little struggle there. I think just all these politics and all this, I think it just separates people. A left or a right, why can't there just be an even ground for just making stuff
So here's
the
a
right
place we
way?
can do that right now. Let's do that right now. Common
Let's do
ground.
it.
What do we have in common? Put aside party,
Absolutely.
put
Let's do
aside
that right
issues.
now.
Let's just talk about common ground.
Mm-hmm.
You said something specifically. Do you think politics doesn't matter, no matter who's in office, so on and so forth? I would have a disagreement with you when I think about the millions of Americans that was able to benefit from over $160 billion of student loan forgiveness under the Biden-Harris administration. I would have a disagreement with you when we talk
Mm-hmm.
about the 60 million Americans who were able to use their combined bargaining power under Medicaid to bring down the cost of insulin and inhalers to $35 and capped its prices of 10 other life-saving substances to no more than $2,000 a year. I would disagree with you when we talk about
Mm-hmm.
some of the immigration reform that we had, at least through executive action, that we weren't demonizing undocumented migrants when they were coming over here for a better life through the asylum process.
Yes,
So
sir.
those people's lives were impacted. Those people can look to the
Yes.
party and say that their lives are better off for it. And that may not be the majority of Americans, but then that's still
Right.
a sector of them. So
And
we
you
can
know
talk
what?
about the
I can't
issues that
disagree with you.
benefit
But
the
what I will
majority of
say is
Americans.
that had no impact on me directly, and most people that didn't do anything for them. So my point to you is this, right? I think politically, all people do is they manipulate people into feeling how you guys feel right now, and they get you to feel a certain way, and you feel that way, and now you're on lives and you're spitting
Can I
out
ask
your
what state you're
opinions,
in?
which is perfect. No, which is perfectly fine, right? But
Pennsylvania.
my point to you is, though,
Okay.
Biden,
So you
Biden was so incoherent most of the time. I just don't understand how you stand behind
Incoherent.
something like that. I just
hold
don't get
on.
it. Listen, I'm not a Trump
You
supporter,
said
so
we were
don't
engaging in a
paint me as
conversation. You
one.
said we were engaging in a conversation about the common issues, right? About putting party aside and all those different things. So I'm trying to
Bro,
focus here on issues.
I'm literally
And
telling you
those
it
issues
didn't
may
help me.
correlate with things that
All that
benefited your
stuff you
life.
just said didn't help me. So why
Sure,
would
the
I go for?
Infrastructure
Why would
Act
I even
definitely
say,
helped you,
okay, Biden is
especially in the
cool?
state
It
of
didn't help me none.
In the state of Pennsylvania, the Infrastructure
Uh-huh.
Act definitely helped you. In the state of
It didn't help me
Pennsylvania, the
for me.
Inflation
Listen,
Reduction
I
Act
raised my
also
son by
helped you.
myself, and I made too much on a $17 an hour. I
Mhm.
made too much money to support a house for myself with everything with my son, and I couldn't get help.
Yeah,
So I'm
nothing new.
curious.
Nothing new. I had a
Listen,
friend that was
how
working
did it
15
help me?
hours a week,
How did it help me?
$7.50, sorry, minimum wage in Florida, and this was 8 years ago, who, when she started working a 15-hour work week
Uh-huh.
in Florida
Yes, ma'am.
for minimum wage, her
Right.
son was removed from the state Medicaid program. So yes,
Did she
sir.
then take care of him?
What the fuck did I say?
I'm just curious on why was he removed, though?
I just
I'm trying
explained
not to
it. She
curse, but
made
you're cursing. I'm trying to be very, very
Maybe
calm and
if you
cool.
had heard what I said, you would have
heard you.
understood it. I'm
No, I'm
explaining
asking you,
something to
why
you.
did he take
I
it out of
just
the house?
did. You weren't listening. You've just proven it. No, he was removed from Medicaid because working a
Oh, removed from Medicaid.
15-hour work week at the state minimum wage was
Right.
too much money for her son to stay on Medicaid as a single
All right, so
mother.
what changed now? This is 8 years ago. I'm still having the same problem. I mean, you guys realize that, people who come into office after somebody was in office, they're just trying to fix most of the shit. You
What changed
realize
now is
right?
that you're never going to receive any federal benefits if you make more than $17 an hour,
Why
thanks to
would
Donald
I?
Trump. I'm
What
literally
do you
still
mean?
talking.
I know I
I'm
make
literally
more than
still
that now,
talking.
obviously,
Okay,
lady.
cool. So because of the changes that were made in the one big beautiful bill by Donald J. Trump that they keep trying to rename to the Working Families Tax Act or whatever they want to call it, okay? I'm going to explain it to you really quickly. You right now, you are complaining about a system that you personally choose not to engage in. I have no problem speaking to non-voters who have an intention to vote at some point in their life. You have stated that you have never voted and have zero intentions to vote in the future. So it's a question now for me is why should I still continue to have a conversation with somebody that actively chooses to be politically disengaged while acknowledging that politics affect everything in our daily life and expects me to listen to them?
But specifically,
You didn't hear anything I said. Okay. So listen right now, right? Because I know you're not listening. Because as soon
He's
as I
so ready
unmuted you
to.
or it was in the middle of your sentence, I could tell. Okay. I can't hear you right now. Nobody can hear you. All right.
but you're talking.
And you're still yelling over me. I just unmuted real quick just to see. Okay. So stop talking.
You can stop trying to be.
Yep. You're not capable of that. Okay. So, Rich, you are politically disengaged. You have zero intentions of ever getting engaged in politics. I would also assume that you probably don't get involved with your local politics, which absolutely shame the fuck on you. You want something to change in your life, in your state, then you need to vote local. You need to go get your ass out your fucking door and vote in your goddamn local politics. Because you choosing not to vote hurts everyone and not only just yourself, but the rest of the United States of America. So get off your fucking high horse.
Because literally the reason why a lot of you feel like politics do not impact you is because you're only focused on the federal level, to which case, obviously, some of those policies may be harder to track and how it's impacted you locally. That's your job, though, to go to your city council meetings, to get your congressmen, women, senators, governors, to see that more direct and immediate impact that you can trace easier than some of the bills that I even reference. That is all a you thing, though.
Yeah, I saw them muted. Let's see. I'm going to get to your other one in a moment. Bishop, you sent this one. You said, I remain with affection and probably a footnote, kissing the right side of the political wall because I still think compassion has to be paired with limits, responsibility, and lawful authority. I do not think suffering is theoretical or that the current system is doing great. I think remedies work better when they respect human nature, preserve agency, and do not ask the Constitution to hold its breath in the corner. Bishop is a constitutionalist. And I mean, I prefer that over somebody that's a non-voter and chooses to remain a non-voter. Get your fucking ass off the goddamn couch and vote in your goddamn local elections before I ever want to talk to you again. Okay, Rich? You're doing great. That's the one thing that will definitely get under my skin is somebody that admits to being 1000% politically disengaged and has no
Yapping
fucks.
the whole time too.
Yapping the whole time.
Yapping.
The entire time before he hung up. And Patel, I see you continuing to like request up in my TikTok chat. You can call the number on the screen. I know you have the capacity. You've done it before. We do have Mike. He's not a Trumper, so we'll keep him short. Hey, Mike, you're on air with Ari and Hector. How you doing?
Hi, how are you? Actually, I am a Trumper. I got posters of Donald Trump all over my room. I'm
Yeah.
in love with him.
Have you wrote him
drinking
love letters?
beers, big size of the Michael and Donald Trump partying.
Yeah. Have you wrote him love letters? Does he respond?
I do, but they block him and send them back. The FBI.
Okay. Well,
So
WU.
every
I
time
hope
I
you.
send them a love letter, they send them back. And you know I'm full of crap. I hate Trump. He's the biggest loser on the planet. He's unqualified. You both are doing an excellent job at
W.
stopping these morons. I don't know how anybody could like this guy at this point. He is totally out of his mind. And that's all I got to say today. God bless you both.
All right. Thanks, man. You have a good one.
You too.
He started off just like Paulie did yesterday, and that was funny. And so I just thought I would throw it right back and start it the same way. Okay. Kilo, thank you for the 2. Thomas, please wait on hold. I'll bring you up when Hector comes back. I did explain that already. Kilo, thank you. Kaleidoscope, thank you as well for the kitty. Bitter childless single cat dads rock. Poor you, JD Vance, cat fund. I have soft spot. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Splitting, but the popular front of Judea is the splitter. Thank you again, Travis, for the 1999 and the 999. Bishop said he was probably talking, the California caller was talking about Assembly Bill 2903 is his best guess of what the caller was talking about. Newsom vetoing, however, without looking deeper, I bet his characterization is off, and I dislike Newsom. So I had it pulled up because I saw what you put in the chat on that one as well. And so basically it asked for an additional audit to be performed, but they already had those checks and balances in place, and he considered it to be basically a waste of money to have a whole second auditor come in when the system already existed. Leftists, guess what? Trump exposing all sorts of things in the Republican vote for the next complete idiot if there is an R next to the name. That's true. And then we have huge, before we move to the next up, huge W's to Dustin for the 200. Super appreciated, Dustin. That goes a long way. So thank you so much. Not Hector having boxes in his chair. He can't hear me right now. So I want to say WCW Dustins in all of the chats. Okay, I see them trickling in now. All right. And
Dustin,
then,
you get a to-go plate from the cookout.
Dustin with an O-N, guys, not I-N. And thank you, Dad, for the 5. Richest white mother failed him. Hector bought 8647 doing as told.
W bought 84. Wait, it was 8475. What did you just say?
8647.
Let's go. Got another bot.
Love the bot. All right. Okay. We do have Thomas from Texas, so this one will be interesting for you.
From Texas.
Hello.
Yep. Hi, Thomas. You're on air with Ari and Hector. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. And just for TikTok terms of service, how old are you?
I am 24.
24.
Just turned 24.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. So is this Ari? Is this the show for Ari and the, I guess, political discussion? So I guess first thing I wanted to say is I thought you were really pretty, and I thought your glasses and your hair are really cute. And that was actually the first reason I clicked on the show, because I thought you were really pretty.
Cool. So you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, but I was really just kind of trying to get to talk to you.
Bruh. First and foremost, maybe, just maybe, you'd have a better chance with Ari, and by better chance, I mean none, because Ari's taken.
I don't know if he hung up or if Lenati swiped him.
God damn it. I was about to have fun with that.
I'm just like, cool. Do you want to talk about Trump? Like, goddamn.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was Lenati. W Lenati for swiping. Swipe or no swipey. Yeah, hit on people at work type shit. That's true. That's okay. I think we have a real person now.
I got samples. I'm excited.
Ooh, of treats?
My merch, my new merch.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we still got to do an exchange, but I still like doing things.
Yeah, you didn't do the thing I told you to do.
No, because I've been so busy. All right. Connor, you are on air with Ari and Hector. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, I just heard the other stuff. I know that you are taken, because your boyfriend did admit on his broadcast that he's bisexual. He would love to be naked with another man. How do you feel about that?
I mean,
Do
I'm
you
sure
want
I
to be
would
the
be.
other man?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I don't want to say the thought that just came. Like, okay, and I'm not above
It's Pride Month,
voyeurism.
bro. It's Pride
So
Month, bro.
you're okay with him sticking his penis in another man's butt?
I want to talk about Trump. Are you capable of doing that?
I sure am. Yeah, he's the best president that ever existed.
Okay. Happy Pride Month. We're glad you're coming out to the class. Anyway, so what's Donald Trump done so well? What's Donald Trump done so well since he's been in office?
Everything. Look how beautiful he's making DC right now.
I'm making DC
Ain't it
beautiful.
awesome? The new structures.
Making DC beautiful. Ooh, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
W me.
Yeah, awesome, isn't it? And you guys are just going
Yeah,
crazy.
no,
You've been
I
trying
am.
to murder
Thank
him,
you.
and then
No one's trying to do that.
Call it
anyway.
fake because you guys missed.
Thomas Matthew Crooks was a registered Republican. The one previously before that, or after
There
him,
you go with
actually
that bullshit
was also
again.
a Republican.
Just like the
He was
second
literally
guy.
just
The
convicted
second guy lives on
recently.
my island, and on his truck it said Biden Harris. Don't give me that bullshit.
Thomas
He was a
Matthew Crook
Republican.
from LA.
is not from Hawaii. He supported Nikki Haley.
He was from North Carolina and he moved to Hawaii. You jackass! Look at freaking Hawaii News now.
He supported Nikki
Go on Hawaii News
Haley.
now and look up the
Voted
second
for
shooter, bro.
Donald
He lives
Trump
on
in
Oahu, in
2016
Ka'aba.
and
In
2020
Ka'aba. I drove
and
past his house.
supported Nikki
No,
Haley.
see,
You're
that's
doing
why you guys
great.
are lying to me.
You're
You
doing
feel
great.
me,
Yeah, I
guys.
know. You're
You
doing
guys are
great.
fucking weasels.
Yeah, so the guy that was just convicted of yeah, that's a true statement too. The guy that was just convicted and sentenced for the being on Mar-a-Lago and the attempt that he didn't even get a shot off, luckily. He was sentenced, right? Like, he voted for Trump in 2016 and in 2020, and then in 2024 he supported Nikki Haley. Not Biden Harris. So if they could prove that, that would have been all over the news. I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually surprised, Hector, is that he didn't give this to the news channel, because that would have blown the hell up, especially if he gave it to Fox News.
Yeah, doesn't sound like he's doing his patriotic duty.
Yeah, protecting the president. Yeah. So, caller, why didn't you send pictures of Thomas Crook's vehicle to Fox News?
Thank God that fucking Renee Good girl.
Oh, yeah, you're not answering. Hey, Casey. So we'll try this again since you want to pivot. Why didn't you send pictures of Thomas Crook's vehicle to Fox News?
What was that?
Why didn't you send pictures of the vehicle with the Biden-Harris sticker to Fox News? They would have loved it.
What are you talking? Sure, okay. I still got them.
Yeah. Why didn't you send it to him when it was pertinent? It's no longer pertinent. The guy's been convicted and is sentenced.
Yeah, and still got
and you would have
him.
made...
He's still a Democrat, bro. I took those damn pictures.
Oh, yeah, because you're just delusional.
And
Okay. Self-destruct attack says she will never reply to any comments because it's not live. No, it's just because you're not sending a super chat and the chat moves faster than I can keep up with yet, usually. So, you're doing great. Anyways, let me see something. Man who...
Why was he so pissy?
I don't know. I mean, that is typical MAGA, if we're being honest.
For the winning side, and I say winning in the loosest sense, referencing
and
November 4th,
Ryan
you guys
Ruth.
are angry.
Ryan Ruth is the one, but I don't think that he... Oh, yeah, because Thomas Crooks is the one that was killed. Let's see. I'm checking
Funny how
something.
much they project their violence onto us. That will forever be funny to me.
Yeah. They do. Like, he has zero proof. Like, if it was pertinent, he would have sent it and made money off of Fox News, but it wasn't pertinent to him, so.
Bank!
Yeah, like,
I'm the
you
guy
could have
who knows
made
the
money.
truth about Thomas Matthew Crooks, the Democrat or liberal who tried to take out the president.
Look at me, I
Man,
got proof of it.
Our demon rat.
Oh, he's just like circling down, or what is it? He's running the obstacle course of Republican talking points and failing.
what's the point in calling in just to do that? What's the point?
I don't know.
Because I'm calling you guys out on your shit, bro. And
What
if you don't
shit?
like it, go ahead, hang up.
I'm pretty sure if you were calling us out on the shit, you should just flush the toilet.
That was lame. That was just completely lame. Seriously.
I wasn't trying to be
that
funny. It was just statement of fact and an observation.
No, you try to be a smart ass just like your boyfriend, but yeah, that was just lame.
It wasn't anything to do with it. It was just a statement of fact and an observation.
He's really concerned with your
Good luck with
boyfriend.
your STDs
He is.
after your boyfriend cheats on you with another man. Probably this idiot.
I'm
that's
sorry, you're
talking
just
to you right
jealous
now.
because you wish somebody would stick it up your butt.
No. Exit only on my asshole. Sorry.
Sir, if God didn't
Only
want you to
shit
have
comes out
anal
of that.
sex, he wouldn't have put your prostate in your
I love
ass.
vaginas. I love vaginas and real boobies.
Methinks a man doth protest too much.
I love to grab vaginas.
Oh, that's why you support Donald Trump, because you don't believe in consent.
Oh, the consent thing, yeah. Have you
Yeah.
had sex while you're drunk? Exactly.
drink.
Rapist.
I don't drink. You're
Neither
doing
do
great.
I.
Yeah. So where's your prostate located at?
What is that? You don't even know what a woman is, and you're asking about my prostate?
Oh, I mean, you don't seem to understand what pleasure comes from men having butt sex and why gay men choose it. Well, aside
I
from the fact
wouldn't
they're just
want
attracted
to.
to
I
men.
wouldn't fucking want to.
So you've
'Cause
never
I'm a
had
man. I'm the one
anybody
that-
stick a
I'm the
finger up
one
your
that
butt?
gives the pleasure to the woman. I'm the one that gives the pleasure to the woman.
Sir, you can't even let
okay?
me finish a sentence. You've never let a woman finish in her
No, I
life,
can't
right?
because
Yeah. So I'm gonna help you out this. You are the man that women cover their drinks around at the bar just from you walking by because they can smell the stench coming off of you. They can smell the creepy just from you walking by, and they're like, ew. They can smell the homophobia that comes off of you. I'm sorry, if God was so against people having butt sex, he wouldn't have put a pleasure center in the middle of a man's anus. If you have problems, write a letter to God. Okay?
This is a perfect month to do it, bro. Come out, do it at the next,
They'll welcome you
RNC
too.
convention. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Come up
they're
here
all over
arguing with us.
Grinder. Oh, Lenati said sorry about the caller. He was not like that during screening. You're good, girl. He's just cray cray. Bye. Your weird obsession with my sex life is strange.
He really wanted a piece of Polly.
Yeah, like, sorry. Listen, I promise you can slide into Polly's DMs. He doesn't even look at his DMs for people that he likes. He's not going to look at it for crazy people like you. I'm the one that has to remind him to read his messages. It's not hard. Like, God damn. Dear God. Dear God, I have a bone to pick with you. But okay, I'm sorry. All right, we do have Ellis in Louisiana. You are on air with.
How you doing?
You're on air with Ari and Hector. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing well. And for TikTok terms of service, how old are you?
I'm 34.
34. Awesome. And you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Not necessarily. No, not really. I was gonna let you guys kind of pivot into what topics or whatever, but not really. I really don't support what's going on right now with a lot of different issues. I don't think we should be involved in the Middle East. I think that we let a genocide happen. I think that a lot of things are happening with stocks and different manipulations of. There's a lot of sketchy stuff going on that I'm not agreeing with. So.
Okay. And you did vote for Trump in 2024?
I voted for him in 2020.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't vote for him in 2024.
No.
Did you vote for anyone?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Are you
I
going to
didn't
vote in your
see any.
midterms?
No, I didn't really see any good ending coming out of it, honestly.
No, that's fine. I'm
I think
asking,
that
are you going to vote in your midterms in Louisiana?
yeah, I plan on it. Yeah,
Good. Well,
I
as
want
soon
to
as they
see
get
who comes out of it.
rescheduled, I don't think they've rescheduled it yet. I know they just affirmed their new maps on
Right.
Thursday last
Yeah,
week.
there's a lot of different things going on with the gerrymandering and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, I suggest that you look up candidates that are against it. There are they done, Oya? Because they just redistrict, and I know that they haven't held the vote everywhere yet. You have a
I don't think so. I don't
state
think if they
senator.
are, it just happened.
So you have a state senator. I don't know if he represents you or not. Senator Duplessis. You should look him up. He gave a
Yeah.
great speech on the floor. When
Yeah,
it
I know
came to
about
the redistricting.
Ron Duplessis.
I don't know his first name. I just know his last name.
Yeah, I know about him. He's pretty good. I like him. I don't like our governor right now at all. I actually
Okay,
despise him for a lot of different reasons.
vote your governor out. Hey, Hillary.
I know. He actually just passed a law. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but Louisiana, everything is 85% as far as you can get in trouble for some weed, any type of small criminal offense. Everything is 85% now. It's unprecedented. It's never happened before. Everywhere else has some kind of, if they don't have parole, they give you 50%. We went from 25% to 85%, no negotiations. So it's basically like everything's a Fed charge overnight. It was about 2 years ago. So it's backing up the jail systems. We're already the most incarcerated place on planet Earth statistically, because the U.S. is the most incarcerated country, and then
it is.
So it's really messing up a lot of people down here. And I'm not necessarily advocating for it, but I do believe that we need to improve the system. I think the law system is completely flawed, because you might have somebody that gets in trouble for, let's say, armed robbery and gets 50 years in one state, and then they might get 5 in the other state. And I think that there's just a lot of things going on right now that we need to unify, because I am a conservative Christian, but I don't agree with a lot of things that are going on, and I believe 75 to 70% of Trump supporters don't either. I mean, the polls speak for themselves, and if you see the
The
atmosphere
polls
online, you
are
can
that
kind of speak for yourself.
80% of Republicans still support Donald Trump, and it's mostly independents and Democrats that are disapproving of Donald Trump. He's not swaying.
Yeah.
He's not swaying the independents anymore, which is, we'll see what happens when it comes to the midterms. But yeah, pay attention to your local elections and when the midterms are, the deadline for those are coming back up. Have a good one.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Oya, Louisiana got weird. All right, it really did. It truly did. Another non-voter. Man, they're coming out in droves. They like
They
me today.
just I don't get it. I don't get it. Engage or don't. That's my thing.
Joshua, you are on air with Ari and Hector. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. You've been quite a day from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, people are weird. Okay, and just for TikTok terms of service, how old are you?
I'm 39.
39. And you are still supporting Donald Trump?
No, I am not.
Oh, sorry, I misread that. Okay. Are you voting in your local midterms?
Yes, I'm going to.
And you know they're August 16th?
16th, yep.
Awesome. Do you know who's running? Well, do you know who's running? Or do you know who your House of Representative is?
Not currently, no.
Do you know what voting district you're in?
I'm in the Panhandle, so.
So I believe that's Patronus. Yeah, his last name is seriously Patronus.
Yep.
It's easy to remember because of Harry Potter.
Well,
Okay.
hopefully he's not like JK, but
So in Florida, your candidates, you've just got Jimmy Petronas and Gabe Valamont.
yeah,
Valamont
I've
is
seen
the
Balamont everywhere.
yeah. Do you know who you're gonna vote for?
Uh, Not yet. I need to do more research on them. Like I said, I've seen Balmont everywhere. I haven't looked much into Petronas.
What is the state again?
Florida.
Florida.
Petronas got in there from a special election because the Panhandle was Matt Gaetz' district.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we all know what happened to Matt Gaetz at the beginning of 2025.
Yeah.
So Petronas got sworn in on April 2nd of 2025. So did the same guy that won District 6, who was Sean Caston. So.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm actually in Florida, so I like having my hand in Florida politics a little bit.
Hey, any additional information that helps me decide?
Yeah,
I like
so
to do tons of research before I do. Unfortunately, I got burned in my 2016, 2017 research.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, for his first term, I did vote for Trump. I thought a businessman would be helpful. But, oh my gosh.
A lot of people
Oh
still
my
say
gosh.
that, and I don't get it because the government is not a business. If the government was a business, we would have bankrupted already.
No.
And we also don't, like, the United States government doesn't have any product that we actually sell that the government personally makes money off of. It's all private companies. So.
Facts.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the one business that the U.S. makes tons of money off from, Trump was sure to put his fingers in it to mess it up. I know quite a few people who work for the Import-Export Tax Office, and oh my gosh, they're running around like chickens right now.
Yeah. Well, all right, man, Joshua. I would just say, like, dig into your candidates again. So you've got James Petronas, Gabe Valamont. Those are your two district candidates. And look them up. I'm sure they like the easiest way to do it is just Google James Petronas campaign website or for Florida, and then same thing with Gabe Valamont. Just depends on how you want to type it in there.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on. I just wanted to come on and be a voice that wasn't screaming and yelling at y'all about something crazy.
Yeah, I appreciate that,
It
man.
helps.
Yeah, it does. It break from the insanity. Hey guys. Guys, friendly reminder, I haven't plugged this in a second, so we're gonna do it now. If you are just coming in and you are new here, be sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button, depending on which platform you are on. If you guys are watching on TikTok, Hector's account is in the corner. Hit that plus sign next to him. If you guys are watching on YouTube, it is in the live description. Go hit the link, go to his channel, hit subscribe, and then come back to the live. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up, especially if you're watching over on YouTube. And guys, there are ways to support the channel. You can, preferably on TikTok, double tap the screen and light up the gift gallery. That's the best way to do it. And if you are on YouTube or Twitch, we have super chats, memberships, subscriptions, and bits all available.
She has merch. She also has merch.
Yes, the bonfire link in my profile. Y'all need to do it. I need to move over to a different one, but I gotta find one first. Okay. We have Lawrence from Tennessee. So let's see how this goes.
Golly. That beat. Whew. Sorry. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, hi Lawrence. You're on air with Ari and Hector. How are you doing?
Oh, salutations. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing okay. You got a lot of crackle in your line.
Yeah.
It's a military base. It's phone service is usually pretty poor on these things. So.
Gotcha. That is actually true. There are no cell towers on military bases for obvious reasons. Okay. And you are still supporting Donald Trump?
Voted for him, but with the recence of everything, my support is absolutely gone. I'll just be straight up and honest.
Okay. I mean, that's good. Can you specify one main thing that made you move away from your support of Donald Trump?
Golly, I'm torn between a few.
List
I think
3. It's fine.
I think one of the biggest eye openers was when he pardoned that iCountry spy. Try not to get your life flagged for obvious reasons. And for like a couple $1 million, I think it was like $1 or $2 million, and like a few other things. I was seeing all these people like get pardoned. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Not just J6ers, like real corruption people. I was like,
Most
okay.
pardons in
I
presidential
was like,
history.
and then with the and then the biggest one that got me was just this current conflict of the war in Iran. And, I said, I won't give I'm using Alias to keep my stuff on Alias because, I can't represent the military. But since I'm going to be going there soon, that directly affects me. So,
Oof.
and of course I can't tell you those dates either for OPSEC reasons.
Yep, don't say anything that,
Yep, we have no idea what you're talking about.
So that
clueless.
yeah, so that's the biggest thing. So
Okay.
I'll admit I was gonna be a POS, kind of chill on the beach, enjoy the money, enjoy some stuff, and now this just threw it out of whack to where it just puts all my family in worry, and it's just ridiculous. And I've already seen my cousin lose one of his arms in the G1, and it's just kind of going from there. So.
Oof. All right, man. Well, I'm going to move on to somebody that still supports Donald Trump. We're glad that you realize what's going on, and I hope that you use a mail-in ballot for your local midterms if you have access one or have requested one.
All right. Well, I thank you all very much, and you have a good rest of the day.
You too.
You as well.
I can't do that crackle for that long, so.
Yeah. Also, oof. Hopefully he makes it back.
All of that sucks. Okay. Okay. We have Felix from Texas as well. Sorry, I was reading the notes. They had a lot to say, apparently. Okay. Felix, you're on the air with Hector and Ari. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just okay, and I think that's fine.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. And what are you calling in about today? Or actually, let me ask this real quick. Do you still support Donald Trump, or?
I used to. I think what really it is that a lot of people do agree with whatever politicians do push out, because everybody wants some when it comes to what our government does for not just immigration, but local policies, like helping out small businesses, and everybody, was about it. Everybody wants to succeed in life, obviously, and politicians sold it, and I bought it, obviously, in wholesale.
Well, I think that first step is admitting, right? So there's that. My question to you would be, what are you doing about it now? Especially in the important senator race and several others that we have coming up in November here in Texas.
To be honest with you, it is that most Americans like me feel like that our democracy is kind of done for. It's a little bit cooked, as the younger kids would say. But I don't know.
It's cooked every time you guys say stuff like that.
I don't have any good alternatives in my area for anything, and it sucks.
But you do.
You do.
We are in a midterm election year. We have races. The general election coming up in November, where the senator seat or the lieutenant governor seat, very, very important. Ken Paxton cannot win that seat. You can play a role in keeping him out of it.
And this is turned into it's a bloodbath. Or like, oh, my guy's better than your guy, and this and that, and it's all really in a sense they're all working together, and they're laughing at us.
James
They
Tallarico
laugh
is
at
not working
all of
for
us.
Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton is an individual who gave a sweetheart deal to a pedophile. James
Literally
Tallarico
one
is a
day.
previous teacher, Christian, and congressman now running to be the senator who wants to maintain healthcare, even teased the idea of universal healthcare in a recent interview, keep separation from church and state, protect education, something he holds dearly as a teacher, and stop our unapologetic support for Israel in the Senate. Paxton is a MAGA nut.
No doubt about it. I mean, if you follow the money from the multiple so-called nonprofit organizations that funnel money not just into him but a lot of people, and it all kind of leads to everybody else. And
I don't know what your vague
you're
I don't
like,
know what your vague ramblings have to do with the merits of those two candidates specifically.
because I don't know, the general American public like me doesn't know shit about them.
That's
They
a you
don't.
problem. Why don't you
Yeah,
know things about them?
they're all everything that you wanted to learn about a candidate is literally a Google search away. Even being able to debunk false allegations or false claims that have been made against them, you can easily find just by starting with the Google search. Um, like it's not. I think the biggest thing that James Tallarico gets flack for is saying that God is non-binary, and that according to the Jewish Talmud, there are 6 genders. Those are the
Oh,
two biggest things. Ken Paxton, however, is a womanizer, gets involved in big scandals. I believe one of his scandals, and I could be wrong on this, Hector can correct me, was getting involved with a married woman.
Yep, him and his wife are currently getting a divorce right now because of his unfaithfulness.
Yep. And again, giving a 1-day plea deal to a man that admitted to molesting more than one child.
Was impeached for financial fraud.
yeah, I get it. They're terrible, and I hate them. Why wouldn't I?
No,
No,
I'm
no, there's
sorry.
no
Who?
they.
How and what I said made Tallarico a terrible person. Thank you, Whitney.
No, it's more or less like it's the dividing line between Democrats and Republicans has been completely struck away from me. It's more or less.
Okay.
I feel like
So the reason why that line has been quote unquote struck away from you because you don't even know the difference between the candidates because you haven't been looking for the lines that are clearly being drawn by the merits of their policies, their character, and everything else. You can't fall back on this both sides this when you don't know the difference between the two. You just fell back on they're both being funded by the same people. You probably can't tell me who those super PACs are. Also, that is grossly incorrect. If you just don't want to
no,
vote, say that. I don't know why you guys call in and waste our time with this. Oh, I just feel left out and this and that when you haven't done the slightest bit of research into the difference between the two.
listen. Am I being? I feel like I'm being made a fool for stating that I think
If
all of this
anyone's
is a
making a
joke.
fool of themselves, it's you. I'm simply calling out your hypocrisy. If you want to actually change what's happening in Texas, if you want to better be an impact, a positive impact to your family members, your friends, the state, the country, you will vote for Tallarico. And you're worrying about the person or the party they align with. I'm saying all of this regardless of the D behind his name. I'm saying in comparison to Ken Paxton, who they literally had to beat out John Cornyn for because John Cornyn would not unapologetically suck off Trump. This state and the country will be better off with him in the Senate and the other individuals running under him.
My God, I feel like I'll take my seat. I will sit down where I sit and agree that I haven't taken any motions to do anything for my community because it's just the blanket difference to life, and it's stupid because when you told me just vote for him, I just had the nagging feeling that's just like some adolescent thinking that you get from rebellious kids. And I do want to look.
What about what I
do
said
want
was
to look at all
adolescent?
policies and try to figure out why. I do
Yeah,
want to
there's
do
a
the research
reason
and
why I
see what's going
started
on.
with the fact that Ken Paxton gave a sweetheart deal to a pedophile. Would you vote for a pedophile, or you would probably skip over that for the other guy? Or pedophile protector, excuse me.
No, my apologies. I get it. You're just like, he's a pedophile, and it's right to accuse, not just accuse him, but to get him out of office and put somebody who we say is
He's
righteous
not
in.
in
But
office.
isn't
He's
this what
running for the
happened? Like
Senate
the last.
seat.
Let me retry to re-step into my words. I'm trying to, more or less what I'm saying is that everybody who tells me go vote for this person and they turn out to be some terrible, awful pedophile cult or whatever everybody's saying, I don't get it anymore. And this is a reason why I think
Sorry,
most
you
Americans
voted for
stop
Trump,
voting.
right?
No.
That was cute, John. No, he didn't vote
Okay.
in
And then you just
federal
want to make
elections.
money off his
Oh, I
hatred.
see.
This
Yeah.
is it.
Okay. So
I get it.
who told you to vote for pedophiles before? Because it wasn't the left who told you to vote for Donald Trump, who is alleged to be one of those individuals alongside Epstein in the Epstein files. I'm not asking you to vote for someone who quote unquote turned out to be someone. Someone's record is aired out in a election cycle. Their dirty laundry, their the strongest qualities, their weakest ones, so on and so forth. It is our job, alongside the media, to investigate these claims, to verify who's worth a damn, and vote for what's in the best interest of ourselves and the rest of the state. That's what we're asking you to do. You can't do that unless you know what you're talking about when you're comparing the two. We just made you aware of certain things with both candidates. It's now up to you to go look at the merits of both of them and see what's what. If you don't do that, you're just up here to ramble. Rambling helps no one. Trump administration destroying this country, one more person in the Senate seat who says no to the gutting of healthcare, to the draconian policies of violating the Fourth and Fifth Amendment, to challenging of birthright citizenship, to bringing up the cost of groceries and gas via your tariffs or this war in unending war in Iran. Ken Paxton is going to support all of those things. He's a Trump sycophant.
Indeed. It's, I don't think do you think that just because of my disillusionment with everything that you think I'm just that I'm not supporting anything, that I'm just not helpful to anything in my community, in my life, to my nation?
You can be politically helpful by voting. That's quite literally all I'm telling you to do. I'm not saying what you are and what you aren't. I'm telling you what you ought to do. If you actually want to have an impact, if you're going to circulate political lives day in, day out, if you're going to call in one like this today, then you should probably have an impact and utilize your voice.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I do speak for a lot of like regular people, because everybody's regular if you really think about it, and not that this sucks and we don't want to participate in any of it. And this is why I think it's going to fail.
No,
I'm
it's
not.
political apathy is unfortunately what got us into the situation that we're in now. The number of people that chose not to vote or are so politically disengaged that they don't want to, or they believe the lies that are fed when they tell you that your vote doesn't matter, while also doing everything they can to restrict your right to vote or to restrict voting rights across the entire country. Right? If your vote didn't matter or if it didn't make a difference, the people in power wouldn't be trying so hard to knock your vote down a peg.
That's the truth, isn't it?
It
Oh
is.
man.
So voting
Awful.
matters. What I need you to do is I need you to go to you need to look at Ken Paxton's website, look at the issues. You need to go to James Tallarico's website, look at the issues. At least on James Tallarico's website, it literally says issues at the top of his page, and that's going to go over his platform that he's running on, right? I don't know about Ken Paxton because once I heard about the 1-day deal, I was like, I'm done. I don't like. It's similar enough to the man who is running it for the Senate seat in North Carolina. Let me remind myself of his name, Michael Whatley, who is friends with a man who took a plea deal and admitted to molesting 5 children. Got a 1-year sentence and a 10 years of being listed on the sex offender registry. And the man tried to place him in a high level within the RNC representing District 1 of North Carolina. Yeah. Which also, funny enough, Virginia Fox, who is a representative of North Carolina currently in the House of Representatives, goes to cookouts with the exact man that I'm talking about, who pled guilty to child molestation of 5 children, no longer on the sex offender registry because that happened in 2006, so it ended in 2016, and is still going to cookouts with this man in 2025, which again, friends with Michael Whatley, Virginia Fox. Child molestation is not an end zone for Republicans, right?
Republicans, Democrats, or anyone, really.
Oh,
Humanity,
it
really.
is for me. It is for me.
Yeah,
That's a deal breaker for me.
I get you.
Yeah.
No, we all want to get all these disgusting legal criminals out of our legal system.
Then what you need to do is get out and vote. I know the primaries are up, so you need to get your ass to the polls on November 3rd. Or do you know when early voting starts in Texas, Hector?
I got it. Let's see. Because we just had our runoff. That was the 26th, so that's done. And then early voting will be, I want to say October. Let me double check.
I know it starts for most people, usually, at least last election cycle, it started October 16th or 17th in North Carolina. I don't know about for Florida just yet.
I was going to say the 12th, but I just want to be sure. This time around. Miss Lanes.
Oh, yeah. And
there 19th.
October 19th is when early voting starts. So what you need to do is look up the candidates. Even if you don't align with everything that they say and you can see something that outweighs, right? Like you're going to have to find something pretty bad on James Tallarico to outweigh a one day sentence on a child sex offender. So you got to find something real bad. And then you need to go out and vote and do early voting if nothing else.
Action.
Oh, he hung up. I didn't hang up on him. He left. I don't know when he left. My bad.
Yeah,
New Mexico primaries are tomorrow. Speaking of elections, so are California primaries. Is California really tomorrow? Shoot, I done forgot about that. No, they are tomorrow. Shit, we are in June. Huh.
Iowa, California, Montana, New Mexico, New Jersey, and South Dakota.
Yep. So y'all need to go look up your candidates, get your asses out and vote tomorrow if you can. Preferably, please do. We're going to move to Brandel, who is in New York.
Hello.
Hi, you're on air with Ari and Hector. How are you doing?
Hello, Ari. Hello, Hector. How are you? I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
Awesome.
Anything in particular you guys would like to talk about, or just...
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, 60-40, 60 yes, 40 no. We'll see how
How
he
are you
does in these next 2
60?
years.
How are you 60-40 on genocide and fascism?
No. That okay. So let's say 50-50. So Trump is inherently
How are
good
you
or
50-50
evil?
on fascism and genocide?
Well, I'm not. That's the things I don't agree with. That's why instead of it being
That should
100,
be
it's
a
50.
deal breaker for anyone. Calling for the death of an entire civilization should be a deal breaker for
I
anyone.
mean, but in that same on that same spectrum, isn't the same thing happening in on the other side of the spectrum with other people? I don't want to say exact names of people or places and things, forgetting the terms of service and whatever. But I mean, look what's going on in Palestine, Lebanon. That's
Oh yeah,
okay.
absolutely, guys. If you support Palestine, vote out the Democrats that are receiving or taking APAC money, like Cory Booker, for example.
Anyone taking APAC. I mean, what happened with Thomas Massey? Let's talk about Thomas Massey. APAC spent 20 mil plus
Yeah.
to prevent him
And guess
from
what?
taking his seat.
Yeah. Congratulations. Like, that's nothing new.
No, it is nothing new. That's the problem. That's the problem because you're so
Again, vote out people.
fixated. You guys
Vote out people. No, I'm
what?
not. I'm making a clear and cut statement. Vote out representatives that take APAC money.
All of them or just some of them?
All of them. That was a blanket statement. Vote out representatives that take APAC money.
But what about those giving the money? How about we just take them out?
Vote them out. You don't take people out.
I mean, you know what I mean. And the people giving the money. Why don't we? The people giving those
You
funds
voted for
to
Donald
these
Trump,
corrupt.
who had a meeting with Bibi Netanyahu in Mar-a-Lago and, quote, said to him, finish the job. I will give you a blank
Yes.
check. Just finish the job. And
Yeah, he
now
wants
you're up
a Trump
here.
tower on Gaza Beach, on the Dead
Yeah.
Sea, right there, which is not cool. And now they're trying to invade into Lebanon, which is
They're not
I don't know
trying. They
what
took
they're.
over a stronghold. They're not trying.
Yeah. I mean, pretty soon though, you know what's gonna happen. Just like it always happens, they run back with their diapers full. But anyways, let's talk about Iran. So Iran
Do you support
is
the war in Iran?
is no,
Okay. I'm curious as
but
to what
it
is
was
in the
bound
60
to
part of your
happen.
support, because you mentioned 60-40.
60-40. Okay, so I guess the 60 would be his first term and the first 100 days of the second term, and then the rest has been downhill with these Epstein files. As Ari mentioned before, Benjamin Netanyahu is heavily influencing Trump in a negative manner. Maybe holding some blackmail
I think Donald
files
Trump
of
is a
some
grown man. He
sort.
can take responsibility for his own actions. You mentioned the first 100
Donald
days in
Trump can't
office.
even take
What specifically?
responsibility for his own bills.
And you still
How
support
can
him
he take
60%. What
responsibility for
exactly
anything?
happened in the first 100 days that make you go, that's the 60% I still support, despite the 40% that you mentioned, him being implicated in the Epstein files, the war in Iran, so on and so forth? What's the 60% that make you still support him regardless of everything else?
You know why? Because I feel he is not beneath redemption. He still has an opportunity to redeem himself. Maybe instead of becoming
Thoughts and
the
prayers.
yeah. So if you would, if you would if you would allow me. So instead of Trump becoming uh uh Benjamin Netanyahu's puppet, he'll go around and stick his hand right up his behind. You know what I'm saying? Give him the old switcheroo, and Trump will be on
Can't
top
become something
and
you
have
are.
him on the leash.
Let's pray for Donald Trump to change
Exactly.
together. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Dear
everybody,
God
let's
in
take a
heaven,
moment and
please
pray.
give Donald Trump the strength to override his full Zionism that he believes in and ignore Bibi Netanyahu and withdraw from the Iranian war that he
Amen.
started, that he didn't need to
Amen.
start.
But but you know he didn't do that by himself, right? You know Benjamin Netanyahu actively like pushed his buttons to start that war.
Yeah, I know. Marco
So he
Rubio
voted
said
for a
it.
weakling.
Yeah.
He's weak.
Yeah,
This is
yeah. I
things we
mean, no.
anticipated before the
I mean,
election.
yeah. That definitely weak will. You know
And,
that
and
again.
you think there's a chance at
That's the things I
redemption
don't
for
like.
him, despite him having an entire first term and evidence we can use to show that he was a terrible president, and now ramping that up
Maybe
on the second term, and you're sitting here talking about
maybe
redemption. Donald Trump doesn't even care
he's
about asking for
playing the long
forgiveness.
con. Maybe he's playing the
What
long
long
con,
con?
brother.
And then how many people
The
have to die,
long
starve, and lose their health care and get blown up before the long con is enough?
It's a good question, bro. But people die every day. People's gonna die regardless.
Oh, now you just sound like
So
that
why not?
Republican House of Representative member. What was her name that said that? And now everybody's like
Who?
ostracizing her. I don't remember the lady's name, but there was
Who?
someone that was recorded
Oh,
saying
I
that
hope I don't
in
get
a
canceled.
Joni Ernst, thank you, Joni Ernst, was at a town hall, and when people brought up the fact that there were starving people in the United States of America due to the One Big Beautiful Bill funding cuts, just said, well, people die. So,
Oh yeah, I mean that's something else. I mean that can be avoided, but
oh, she's
if
retiring? Well,
things that
that's good.
can't be avoided, if things that can't be avoided,
And now you're doubling down
that
just like she
it's
did in
gonna
her piss
happen.
poor apology video that she
I'm
made.
telling you, it's two separate things. They're intentionally, maliciously killing people by
Who is they?
refusing them health care. The ominous they, those behind the closed doors,
That's just
the
Donald
people
Trump.
who make
I
the
don't know if
food
you
look.
realize this, right? So it doesn't matter.
Donald Trump is a puppet on the string.
So why'd you vote for a puppet?
They're all puppets on strings.
Why would you vote for a puppet?
I mean, it's either that or don't vote. And Kamala came in as Montel Williams' side piece, swinging on his arm about like 10, 20 years ago.
Nothing about,
So I figured,
10,
hey,
20 years ago. So even if what you just said was true, what the hell would that have to do with what
it
she can
is
do for
true.
the
Google
country?
it.
What does that have
So
to do with what
listen,
she has to do for the country?
God
Because
forbid a
Donald
woman
Trump
has a
moved
sex
around with
life.
businessman
exactly.
and
Donald Trump moved around
entertainer,
with all kinds of
been in
side
Home
pieces, and when it
Alone.
came to his wives, he cheated on all three of them. But you guys never mentioned that when it comes to him. But for some reason, when it comes to Kamala
He's
Harris,
saying
Montel
good.
Williams is some
That's
significant
between him and
factor.
his wife.
I could care less what her
Let
sexual
his wife
relationships are with
divorce
men.
him.
That didn't
Okay.
change what she did in California and the federal government.
That's between Kamala Harris and
California
Montel
looks
Williams,
like
sir.
absolute garbage.
Oh gosh.
California
You're not even
looks
in
like
California.
Mad Max in hell. Bro, I have friends in California actively right
I
now.
have friends
boots
in
on
New
the ground
York.
in California.
Whoop de fucking do. I also have friends and a whole ass family in California, and they say you're
Your
lying.
friends and
So
family
what
probably
do you do
live in a
about that?
way better neighborhood than I do.
So can you tell me, would you say that sexual assault is pretty bad?
It's actually one of the worst offenses that could be committed on earth besides pedophilia or child
Oh yeah,
molestation,
in CSAM,
and
child
deserves
molestation,
automatic witch hunt.
pedophilia, that's all really bad, right?
Yeah, like, are you familiar with Madiza Bepe?
No, I'm just
terrible.
asking you about like you're aware that these things are bad. Okay, cool. Do you think that
Yeah, yeah.
it's
No,
bad
they're
to
not bad.
is it do you think
They're
do you
unforgivable.
hold on, do you think it's pretty bad to defraud a children's cancer charity?
Of course.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay. Do you
We're in the
think
same
it's
boat,
pretty bad
sister.
to commit business fraud?
Of course,
Oh,
without a doubt.
that's pretty bad too. Okay.
Very bad.
Do you think it's pretty bad to let's see. I'm trying to think of something else. I know there's a couple of things. Can you think of something else that I didn't mention already, Hector?
Can I? Is
No.
it bad
Just
to
wait, Brandel.
sell
Just wait, Brandel.
organs?
I
Just
mean,
wait,
our
Brandel.
Okay,
first,
I'm sorry.
our first felon president, because he tried to hide the fact that he was unfaithful to his wife and falsifying, paying off a corn star in business records. We can talk
Oh,
about the fact that he's been impeached twice. One for alleged quid pro quo with Ukraine and their funding, and the next one was
yep.
for supporting an insurrection on January 6th. Which he still, up to this day, claims that he won that election, despite what 60 something courts, 83 or 80 over 80 of those judges being Republican, all determining that there was no substantial evidence to support the claim that he is the one that would have rightfully won that election. What else? What else? There's
Oh, yeah.
also
I think I forgot to tell Brandel that everything that I said is everything that Donald Trump did. So,
Oh,
yeah.
obviously. I mean, I'm not a fish. You know, I have a brain. I could think.
yet you
But
still
can I
voted
ask
for
you
this
guys
person
something?
to be in
Is
office.
is 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 human trafficking and organ trafficking a bad thing?
Yes,
Is
I know where this is going.
you do.
genocide, starvation, and open air prisons a bad thing?
Yep.
So why are you on here fighting so hard against Trump instead of getting to the root of the cause, which is Zionism, my friend?
Oh,
All Zionist
it's if
occupied
anybody
government
hasn't
has
realized,
nothing to
I've
do
been
with
very
Israel or
clear
God.
about
I'm
being an
Jewish. I'm Jewish.
anti-Zionist.
I am
Good for
Jewish. I'm
you.
anti-Zionist.
Good for you, sir. I've been very clear about being an anti-Zionist.
I mean, it
It's not
kind of
hard.
sounds like you're very
However, I think that
upset
the
to
issue
hear.
that you are having right now is, well, you are conflating anti-Zionism with being anti the Israeli government for some reason.
No, no, no! Don't put words in my mouth, sweetheart. That's not at
Well,
all.
then
I
who's
said
who's
Zionist
sorry,
occupied
who's
governments
doing
all
all
over the
oh with
world.
Zionist occupied governments. Okay.
All
Yet
over the
again,
world.
you voted
Governments,
for the
plural.
man who sat down with Bibi Netanyahu in Mar-a-Lago and said,
You
quote,
don't.
"Kid, finish the
You don't.
job."
He also
Everyone has
said
to
that
sit
Kamala
down and
Harris's
take the
statements.
reins.
He also said
Kamala
Kamala
would have done
Harris's
the
statements,
same.
which was Israel has a right to defend itself, but I will not be silent about the atrocities happening to the Palestinian people. In that same sit down he had with Bibi Netanyahu that year, he said her comments were disrespectful. He quite literally ran off of unapologetic Zionism and support for Bibi Netanyahu and the war in Iran.
See,
He criticized the Biden
so
Harris
that's
administration
why
for any kind
Benjamin
of waiver in their
Netanyahu made her
support.
lose. I mean, what
What?
about and you mentioned Ukraine
What did you
earlier.
say?
I
Ukraine.
didn't even hear him.
Somebody mentioned Ukraine earlier. Ukraine?
No.
No one
I
mentioned
referenced the
Ukraine earlier.
impeachment of the
Oh,
quid
okay.
pro
I
quo,
must be thinking.
the first
Oh, that's what
impeachment
it was.
reason.
Oh, okay. So Ukraine is going insane, right? Everyone's going insane over Ukraine. Not a word what's going on in Congo, Palestine, Lebanon. I
You're
mean,
not listening
you
to the
seem
right
kind of happy
spaces. You're not listening to the right
you said
spaces.
that they
You're not
invaded a
listening.
stronghold or
Shushies,
whatever.
shushies. Hey, I don't know who you listen to, but you're obviously not listening in the right spaces. I bring that stuff up anytime it comes up. It's not hard.
Okay, I mean, just because you
And
sound a little,
honestly,
I don't know,
Ukraine rarely comes up anymore.
sour.
Literally.
I
They
mean, but
refuse
it's
to talk
still
about it, actually.
happening. That's the problem. Just because you turn a blind eye to it, it's out of sight,
Again,
out of
you
mind.
keep
It's
saying
still
this
happening.
like
People are
giant
suffering all
you
over
as
the
if
world.
somehow it's us. Take us out of your box. Hey, you have us in a box. I'm gonna advise you something. Here's this invisible box.
That's
Take us
exactly
out.
what I was gonna say to you. There's more important things in the world than Trump. But what's going on with Trump?
Donald Trump is the president of the United States, the leader of the free world. We quite literally directly impact policies that other countries have and wars that other countries may engage in. So what do you mean? You cannot talk about all these different things happening in the world and support the president of the United States who have done absolutely nothing to make it better. In fact, he's quite literally ran off of and is currently making things worse. You keep falling back into these bipartisan arguments of, well, what about this thing that no one's talking about? This thing is bad. We all know this. We've been talking about this. You're just waking up to this. We're talking about the president and the president's role, the president's actions in impacting all of these things.
I've been on this since I was 18 years old.
Okay, stick to the topic of your vote for Trump because you're the one who said you still support him 60%. So I don't really care about all the other things that you can agree with us on when you ultimately support the man who's making this country worse.
Of course.
As a child of God,
I mean,
Donald Trump
why
doesn't give a
wouldn't I
shit about
support
God.
him?
Donald Trump doesn't support God at all.
Is he beyond
He quite literally
redemption?
violates the 10 Commandments. He quite literally doesn't have a single fruit of the Spirit, referencing Galatians 5:22 and 23.
No,
and he doesn't care
sir.
about forgiveness either.
Yep,
There's nothing holy about him.
Yeah, in order to actually be forgiven by God, you have to actually go through the steps of being redeemed, or not. Restitution is not the right word. There's a word for it. You actually have to go through the steps of repentance. Yeah, Donald Trump says that he's done nothing that he feels like he would ever need to ask God for forgiveness for. You cannot be a man that believes in repentance and forgiveness while also being ignorant to the fact that in order to repent, you have to acknowledge that you've ever done anything wrong. Donald Trump doesn't apologize for his actions. So when you are talking about in the lines of redemption, until he can acknowledge that he truthfully did something wrong, hold it inside of his heart or his soul, no, he will never be redeemed in the eyes of God, because he himself doesn't believe that he's ever done anything wrong. So no, when it comes to God and the Bible, Donald Trump is irredeemable.
He couldn't even put his hand on the damn thing when he was sworn in his second term.
I'm sorry, what?
Your president didn't put his hand on the Bible when he was sworn in the Oval Office, January 20th, 2025. He couldn't even look at it.
Yeah, his hand probably got a little burned. I'm not gonna lie, but you know
Redemption
what?
is for people who want it. Salvation is for people who want it. Donald Trump has shown he doesn't give a damn.
You're awesome.
That is basically like somebody who's in active drug addiction. They're living in a drug-induced haze.
No, drug addiction is actually a mental no, sir. No, you don't know what mental addiction. You don't know what drug addiction is. Drug addiction physically changes the chemicals in your brain. Yeah, then you should know that it's a mental health disorder that needs to be treated. Not believing that you should seek redemption is not a mental health disorder that needs to be treated.
I mean, let me put it like this: he's not ready to be redeemed.
He never will be. When is he going to be ready? He's turning 80 in 13 days. When is he going to be ready? When is he going to be ready? He's turning. No, you have to first acknowledge that you've ever done anything wrong.
Get the rabbi, get the priest.
What's Christian about Trump? Name one thing that is Christ-like about Trump. Name one thing that is Christ-like about Trump.
Dude, Donald Trump is almost like Homelander. I'm not even saying this to joke around or anything.
What is one thing that is Christ-like about Trump?
And how did that end for Homelander?
And classy.
It just seems like glazing the taint.
I don't know if you ever heard.
He's just licking all
and you should
up on
probably
there.
stop spoiling it. Stop spoiling it for people who haven't seen the show. I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything. That would be a terrible example because Homelander would be a blasphemous bigot, and it didn't end well for him. So what the hell is the point of bringing that up?
That's just a show.
I think this fits in. gonna play this real quick. So this
That
kind
was
of
just
fits
a
in with
character. That
this chat.
I just
I think
mentioned
Ari broke
him
the
being
caller too
similar.
early. MAGA.exe is falling back to prior partisan programming. And this was just something that I heard yesterday on another live that I thought was funny.
Maybe I've slammed you so hard that you have a concussion.
I know
is
that was
funny.
super
I
quick,
mean, hey,
but I'll just
I've
replay it
taken a
real
couple
quick for
hits to the
everybody.
head.
Maybe I've slammed you so hard that you have a concussion.
You guys
Yeah.
are funny, yo.
I'm aware. W. Ian. Who's the one that said that?
Oh,
Sir,
man.
you keep falling back on basically you just support Donald Trump because of the vibes. It doesn't matter what he's doing as long as you
Yeah,
think that
bro,
he
he
is
talks
redeemable
the
at some
talk
point
and
with
walks
God.
the walk. He
No,
doesn't beat
you
around
just
the bush. He's the man.
that's really fucking weird. I'm not even gonna lie with you. That's really fucking weird. All right, Brando, have a good night.
Am I lying?
Nah, for those that didn't hear it clearly, let me holy shit, that's loud. But let me play this again.
Maybe I've slammed you so hard that you have a concussion.
Okay. I don't know if you guys don't know who allegedly Ian is. But he does he's an atheist, so he does debunking God lives, and he is autistic as shit in like in the best way. I'm not saying this is a bad thing because I love listening to him, but he had the momentous like little time yesterday on his live. And so I asked Eli to get some clips from the live yesterday because it was great. He's only got a few so far, but that was just one of them.
Like jingle my keys for you if that's what your like 30 IQ dumbass needs.
And the jangling of keys actually worked. There's one more.
Just dial it down, dipshit.
There's so many more. Like your voice drags like nails on a chalkboard. There was another one where they can always tell except for the times they can't tell, which had nothing to do with what the topic that I know just went into everybody's mind when I said that. Nothing to do with that at all. And then his total rant was, yeah, it was right there. He keeps getting flailed back and forth over my head. You're left to your incel message boards wondering where did I go wrong?
Oh my God.
He was so fun yesterday. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it even more going back and listening to it again. Cherry on top. W. Ian. Like, allegedly Ian for the win because that was hilarious. Yes, guys, I know it was super low because my sound comes through there as well. Wait, no, Discord is on different. That shouldn't have affected it. I'm crazy. Okay, anyways. Okay. Well, I know that there are... We're going to speed run callers real quick. There's 3 people left. Everybody else is closed out, and then we're ending in like 10 minutes. Okay.
Hello?
Kyle, briefly, you're on the air with Ari and Hectorr. You had a question looked like specifically for me.
Yeah, basically, super short version. I'm a progressive, unfortunately trapped in Florida as well. I feel, how is this, politically helpless. I mean, I vote in the primaries. People are always saying, yeah, go out and protest, but I don't know. I don't feel like I have anything I can do that does anything that has any impact. And you're some kind of political internet person. And I don't know, maybe you could give me some advice. That'd be great.
Have you ever tried canvassing or phone banking?
I have not. I know they did that in like New York. I didn't know they did that around here.
Yeah, they should. They'll do it for a lot of candidates. You just gotta reach out to your district. Do you happen to know what district you are in Florida?
Seminole County. I know the county.
I'd have to look that one up. I just know district numbers. Let's see. How do you spell that county name?
Seminole. It's
there it
named
is.
after the yeah.
Seminole County District. Let me do congressional district.
13th most populated one in your state.
Seventh district. Yep. So your incumbent is Danny Davis, and he is not re-campaigning for office. Your Democratic candidate is LaShawn Ford. You're gonna have to look him up. Sorry, that's not. That's Illinois. My bad. Sorry. Oh wait, this gets worse. Your candidate is Corey Mills.
Oh Jesus.
Ew.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
You have two Democratic frontliners that have actually raised money in that state that are running for District 7. Bale Dalton and Mariana Lana Kinter. Look them up, find out which one has the more progressive policies that align with you. On almost every campaign website, there's going to be an option that it's like join us now. And you might have an option to like try to phone bank for them. I would look into doing that because that's going to be the best way to reach voters, especially if you don't want to go knocking on doors. At least do phone banking.
Yeah, knocking on doors in Florida.
Kinter, sorry guys, Kinter. If I said it wrong.
I've seen. Oh, sorry. I was going to say knocking on doors in Florida. I've seen more than a few straight up white nationalists like flags in people's yards and trucks. So that seems hazardous. I'm a tough guy. I'm not bulletproof. So phone banking. Give me a couple of good people, and it's almost a rhetorical question, but do you feel like phone banking does really help? I mean, I always, whenever I hear about it, I don't know.
It just depends on if people answer the phone. But yes, phone banking actually will make a difference because there will be people that just don't know, right? They just go to the ballot box completely unaware. And you're in a sweet spot because Florida primaries are August 6th or 18th. I keep saying the 16th. My bad, guys. It's the 18th. August 18th. So you would be getting their names out there. And I believe Jar in my chat is trying to tell me that Maria Lana Kinter is the more progressive candidate. So I believe that's what Jar is trying to say in my TikTok chat. So you might want to look up her first, her policies, and see if you can't do phone banking. And that's probably going to be the best bet you're going to be able to do to make a difference. Because if you get their names out there, then people know, right? And then there's a long list of people that are running for governor, a long list of people that are running for the state senate in Florida. Wait, is Florida that long? I can't remember. Or is it short? Yeah, Florida's pretty long. It's 9 people. So those are just going to be who you try to find.
All right.
And
thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say a lot of the candidates will also be on TikTok or YouTube.
Yeah, I was just gonna say with the phone
Okay,
banking, you'd be surprised to hear the amount of people that will actually thank you. I would say maybe if you know any, or maybe find some forums on Reddit or otherwise, and just talk to them. You'd be surprised. I think it would motivate you to do it because there's a lot of people in counties where they're not getting letters about it. No one's really reaching out to them. It's up to them completely. And we know when it comes to voting, let's be honest, we have to spoon feed these people shit. So a lot of them like, thank you for actually taking the time to care about educating me more. And the turnout could be really good when done in mass. It just all depends on who answers the phone.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Actually, talking to you guys, I just got the idea of there's a couple of it's like a comic book shop, third place kind of community. It's fairly progressive. I think if I look up what district they're in, and tell me if this is a bad idea or not, I print off a handful of like simple pamphlets for like the progressive candidates in their area, because I mean like they're already reasonably politically motivated, the people at the comic book shop, and it's enough of a community that I mean like there's always at least like 30, 40 people there. So
yeah,
does that
wouldn't
make
hurt.
sense to you, or
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, because it's up to the person whether they take it or not. So yeah.
Yeah. The only downside, and this is an actual thing, in that comic book shop, I was running into an issue because, and it sounds ridiculous. Sorry, there's a meetup group of trans women, and because of that, they were consistently out of White Monster, and I, being a classic Kyle, took it was an impediment to my day. Just throwing that out there. That being said, no other downsides. But
Oh,
again, thank you
just
guys
the
for the
missing
advice and
white,
putting up with
just the
mine.
missing monster. Gotcha.
Fucking
All right,
diabolical.
Yeah,
that's
I
funny.
mean, like they went through it too quick, man. It was killing me. All right, you guys have a great one. Thank you very
You
much.
too. Thanks, Kyle. That was worth it. Damien, we're gonna keep it short. You're a non-voter in Georgia. What can I get you to say to vote in your midterms?
Oh, I'm gonna vote in my midterms because I already realized that inaction from my own people is the thing that's caused this. I'm African American, and I feel
Okay.
like the majority of my people either believe we have to go with the norm to assimilate, or we have to not vote at all because our vote doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, please tell your friends and family, anyone that will listen, that the vote absolutely does matter. I'll repeat what I said to somebody else. If your vote didn't make a difference, they wouldn't be trying so hard to infringe upon it or take it away. Quick question: who are you voting for your Georgia senator?
I'm voting for anyone that's not pro-Republican because the Republican Party is starting to become anti-black, and I don't like that.
Cool.
Because
They're
I feel like the reality
Starting.
is what's going on right now is Emperor Palpatine saying, I am the Senate, and
Oh,
people are
yeah.
so complacent that that's actually going to happen for real.
Yeah, so look at John Ossoff. He's actually your incumbent, and he's actually done a lot of great work for Georgia and even in the Senate and calling out corruption on both sides. He's got a good voting record. You should look it up on congress.gov because you can see everyone's voting record there on what they voted for. But John Ossoff is your Democratic incumbent, re-running for the seats again. And I really think that you should vote for him. Do you happen to know your voting district for your House of Representatives?
I don't know, and I feel like that doesn't make me incompetent, but I
No,
feel
I don't
like,
think so either.
in a
I'm just
sense, my
asking.
own inaction has contributed towards this mess. I feel like, for example, the other day I just bought a bulletproof vest for my homie. I feel like if shit gets bad enough and this motherfucker gets a third term, I might just end up having to fight for my life.
Oh,
Um,
I was not expecting that.
I'm
I feel
curious
like it
now.
would genuinely happen because
Is
of
there
the
like
way
a
that things are
warehouse
going.
for this product, like bulletproof
I feel like the signs are
officesupplies.com? Like,
coming. Hear me on this. I feel like the signs are coming. The thing I said about Emperor Palpatine, I feel like that's what's realistically happening. I feel like
Awesome.
because
Okay.
of people's own complacency and the things that are going on right now politically, this man might actually get a third term, and while everybody else thinks that this is less likely to happen, it might actually happen for real. And I might just end up having to go toe-to-toe with fucking Nazis. That's what I think.
I mean, I'm not going to say you're not wrong. If you go to census.gov and you do my congressional district, if you type in your zip code, it'll tell you what district you are in Georgia. And then I encourage you to look up each one of your candidates that are campaigning. Your primary election is going to be June 16th. So,
Well, I'm gonna say it like this. I look at it like this. Remember when Hillary and Trump were going against each other?
yeah.
One is transactional. That's Trump. Trump's ass is transactional. Hillary is more bureaucracy. I feel like the way we should have dealt with Iran would have actually been more of a Cold War-ish type deal. Like we should have negotiated and chosen, for example, bureaucracy over going into a conflict with them or going after their leaders directly.
I
I
think the
feel like
word
there
you're
was
more
a
so looking
political
for is
solution that could have
diplomacy.
been done to make sure that wouldn't happen. And I feel like the whole Venezuela situation is some bullshit. Like we shouldn't have even had a hand in that. I feel as if we should have continued the fight in Afghanistan, even though that is the graveyard of empires. I feel like the way to go would have been for us to fight until it got to the point of we are fucked, instead of we just surrendered and gave the bad guys what they wanted.
Well, um
That's my opinion. I feel like
June 16th,
what's
get out and
going
vote.
on is his ass is a puppet of the Russians, and they probably pretending like they're not all buddy.
We don't
But in
disagree with you on that
reality,
one.
he's
I
still
think
cool with Putin.
I definitely think that Trump is Russia adjacent.
He's your
But
dog.
please double check your voter registration and get out and vote on June 16th in your primaries. Can you do that for me?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do that.
W,
And if
thank you,
that doesn't
Damien.
work, I'm gonna be ready.
I
Yeah,
don't know
he
where that
wasn't
was
gonna- He
going.
wasn't gonna
So
stop. He wasn't gonna stop.
no, he was
I
not.
appreciate
Love
you.
you.
But yeah.
Last one, Ryan in
Oh, hi, guys.
Michigan. Hi.
I'll just real quick, just a
Yes,
little bit
please.
of background story. I'm a transgender female, and I voted Republican, unfortunately. And recently, I went on a date with a nice older Oriental man, and he asked me a question that made me really think about my vote. And it was, would you rather see a tree grow or your knee grow? And that really touched home to me, and it made me question whether or not I should be voting for Republican.
No. That's a horrible joke. Okay, well that ended. Yeah. I should just hung up on that. That guy waited 40 minutes. Sorry, that person. I don't really know. That person waited 40 minutes.
I'm
Oriental is
left
a type
stressing
of
me out already.
decorations. That's not a ethnicity, so or nationality.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck to do with that. I think it's crazy that we don't have the likes up to 200K yet. Can
I
y'all
know. Y'all
speed that up,
slack-a-lack, and
please?
I don't
On
understand it,
TikTok?
honestly.
Fuck.
Y'all normally are at least doing better than this, especially for as long as we had 300 people in here. Yeah, waiting
yeah,
40 minutes for that is cringe. Agreed.
Diabolical.
Leftist gave me a great idea. They said, I checked the merchandise. I expected I hurt your princess feelings man's tea. I'm gonna get that made now. I've got I have a couple of people in my messages that want to do create some stuff for me, and I just need to actually message them back or hit them up more, I should say. Thank you, Hillary, for the bits. I like this was one of the guests. I don't know which guests. Garby said that they like their voice. Phoenix, this isn't towards the last guest or the last two, but definitely what in the absolute fuck. Agreed. For that. And then Scott says Trump is a Christian as much as Ari and Polly are. Listen, I'm more Christian than Trump. Don't let me in with that. Like, I don't.
Compared to Trump, I'm a goddamn what do you
Fuck,
call
I'm a
those people?
goddamn saint.
I was gonna say priest, but they touch kids, so never mind.
Yeah, saint. I don't know about saints. I don't think they do that, but I don't know. But I'm all the way up in heaven.
Compared to
With
Trump,
that
I'm
kind
a
of shit.
eunuch.
Oh gosh, yeah, there's that too. YouTube, wonderful people on YouTube. Again, if you are new and you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that now before the show ends. Be sure to hit the link in the description. Go to Hector's channel. And we're gonna send you over to learn about how not to be a bad Christian. So